Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Timbuktu Campaign. Last time under the Archonship of Gumasira Sankara, we reached the sea, finally expanding our republic to an Atlantic coastline. We also expanded our realm internally, in a sense, by filling in the gaps, so to speak, with many pockets of uncolonized land. We sent our team of Bedaic Bozo slaves all around the realm to allow for that colonization, because of course this mod uses the vanilla colonization mechanics, which involve population ratios and that sort of thing. We also, through a mission, secured a new outpost in the Sahara, that being the tile of Sadrata, out here in the Sadrata province, which is part, of course, of the Sahara Occidentalis region. We're currently working on a mission that will allow us to expand into Gadames, which is all the way up here. This will give us an outpost right on the doorstep of North Africa, perhaps actually inviting conflict with the North Africans. Basadas probably won't like this, but it's not like they can colonize this. At least, I don't think they can. Perhaps this mod has given them these unique missions, but I wouldn't be surprised if these missions are associated with the new West African area. But if the mod developer was thorough, Basatis and the other North Africans should also have access to these missions. Perhaps they should be sort of location-based, but whatever the case, we have access to the mission and we're working on hiring local guides right now. That's going to be middle of this year. Speaking of the year, it is the 50-year anniversary from when the campaign began, 1st of January 200, and obviously things are going pretty well. Now, there have been a couple of missteps and moments of bad luck, which have slowed the pace of the campaign, but overall I think it's fair to say this has been a pretty successful opening to the campaign, a very good first 50 years. Now, I talked at the beginning of the last episode about the long-term goals of the campaign, which have not changed. We're definitely en route to fulfilling some of those ambitions, or at least getting onto those paths. As our Saharan presence continues to grow, we're going to be able to reach more and more people and start to really mess around with Mediterranean geopolitics a little bit. Now, as for where things are, we have an election. We have just elected the new Archon, Baki Suwari, a former Koa. I kind of remember him from one of my thumbnails, and he is 45 with 5878, joined by recurring character Sanpoku Chilabele the Shield. She's back in the high seat, though, in the co-Archon role. 71 years old at this point. 8693 on her for a cumulative 8889. One of our best Archon co-Archon duos stat-wise that we've had the entire campaign. Just in time for me to prepare to switch to Plutocratic Republic and lose the co-Archonship position. By the way, I did try to look up and see if switching resets your election or just makes your current co-Archon sort of stopping the co-Archon. I couldn't tell. I may wait until January 1st of 205 to click the button just to be on the safe side, because I don't think, I need more PI. I couldn't do it on this January 1st, so I will probably wait the 5 years. I think it's fine. It's not, a super gigantic priority to switch right this second. I have done my setup for it. Of course, I have my port. And I should also have the Civ level in Timbuktu to do it as well. Let's do a quick check on that. Yep, 61.48. Civilization has been successfully accrued over here in Timbuktu, so that is fine. Right, so getting back over to our government, we have got the Trads in charge. Interestingly, even though Baki is the main Archon, the much older and much more influential Sanpoku Chilabele as the co-Archon is actually in charge of the Traditionalist faction. So this is a bit of an interesting political situation for young for a politician, Baki Suwari, where his co-Archon kind of outshines him politically, is a former Archon, and is the leader of the faction. So one would wonder what kind of power-sharing arrangement led to this election, although I guess I should say I don't need to wonder, because I know that she just had a bit less popularity than him in terms of support, so she came in second place. Because, this works sort of like the original version of the US Constitution, where the runner-up in the election becomes the sort of vice president, essentially. So We sort of know how this came to be, but it is interesting that she leads the party, even though her technically sort of subordinate colleague is the one who is. Hold on, one moment. Work email. I gotta quickly read this. Okay. Nothing too serious. All right. It is interesting that even though what I was saying is that it's interesting that even though Baki is younger and is not in charge of the faction, he is still the main Adicon. So it's an interesting political situation, to be sure. Now, with the Trads in charge, we do have an Omen power modifier. I will immediately get the Jackal going. No need to even really think about this too much. I did consider, between episodes, if it made sense to integrate other gods into my very minimal pantheon. I only have, of course, these 4 gods. I don't really think so. I think my better bet, honestly, is to start doing some apotheosis type stuff and get new modifiers that way, as I don't really want to lower my Omen power by messing up religious unity. Well, yeah, and also the Trad faction would be upset if I didn't have a uniformly Bedaic pantheon. I want to make sure I keep their approval going. As we've seen in this campaign, Trads tend to have a lot of approval insecurity, basically. They are not reliably high on current approval, but they tend to have good approval trend. They gain a lot of approval per month compared to the other factions, but they tend to always have a low amount of approval in the bank, as it were. So probably smart not to mess with that too much. Now, having said that, let's go ahead and select the Jackal. Yep. Nothing too surprising there. Quick check on... Okay, we are at 125% efficiency with harsh taxation going. That's honestly not a bad place to be at, even though it shows that we really are quite high above our efficiency cap at the moment. I believe I was working towards... Let me remind myself where I was. Let's see, I got this... No, I was over here, wasn't I? Yes, I got servile bondage last time, and I think I'm now working towards... where was it? I was going to come over here to get bookbinding next, I think. Was I going to get down to Merc benefits? I think I said before I wanted to get servile bondage. Do I want public slavery? I don't think so. Well, I do, but not right now. It's not a priority. Yeah, I think now we shift gears over to going for bookbinding to get the research efficiency, which of course will increase the speed of our research. Like the whole idea with research efficiency, and by the way, I think I've commented on this before, I do think that, in my opinion, as a very experienced Imperator Rome player and now Imperator Rome modder, I think that research efficiency is up there with Senate support as one of the most poorly communicated parts of the interface. It's very hard to understand if you're not very familiar with the code how research efficiency is calculated and like how research in general works. You can see the numbers, you can kind of get a basic sense of it, but the actual calculation of how all these things work is not very well communicated in the vanilla interface, which is why in my mod Hegemony, I actually took the time to completely rewrite these interfaces to much more accurately explain what's happening sort of mathematically to produce these numbers. So with that in mind, I know how important research efficiency is, and when we're capped like this, we really are missing out on possible research. It's just basically being held back by that number. So getting to bookbinding would be ideal. Not to mention this gives us a lot of great AE bonuses, or we could even get triumphal coins. We shall see. That actually wouldn't be too bad of an idea right now, but we don't have any techs coming super soon. Although Civ Advance 5 is on the horizon, which means roads, which I'm very excited for, as you may imagine. Now we do have oligarchy available. I'm going to disallow that. This isn't the United States. We are not becoming an oligarchy quite yet. But we also, where was it? Need a new civic advancer to take up that position, because one of our Otacons was the civic advancer previously. And I believe that's actually it in terms of position. So let me actually go ahead and, you know what? Hold on. Getting sidetracked. I got thrown off by the email. Let's take a look at our government and at our Otacons a bit more thoroughly. So first of all, the oligarch faction is at 37 Power, trads are at 39. Power is not a term. Control is the term I want. And Democrats are at 24. So the trads are in charge of the Ataconship. They actually have both seats, of course. And they're also in charge of the Assembly, though not by a gigantic amount. In fact, our Senate support has plummeted from the heights it was at last time. That's fine, because our tyranny is now very, very low and still trending down quite quickly, thanks to the good charisma of Sanpoco Chialabelli. These guys also want us to, let's see, a law in the same category has not been pushed as part of... I think this may just be saying that they don't need any law changes. It's not telling me what the law... So we'll see if an event pops up. I remember actually in a previous episode, there was a law change request that was, like, incorrect from what it said in the interface. So who knows? I may be harassed by the trads to change a law unexpectedly. We'll deal with it when we get to it. And I do, of course, want to change a law. I want to change to lower import tariffs when I'm ready to switch over to plutocratic, which, given that I won't do it until the end of the episode, or maybe the start of the next episode, I think I may hold off on switching this, even though I can switch to it now. As, of course, manpower recovery speed isn't terrible, though. I do think 25% import value probably is still better to get earlier, rather than just waiting until I want to do the plutocratic reform. So I think I will switch to this once I have the PI, though of course that's asking a lot because I never have enough PI for everything I need to do. Now let's go ahead and do our, hold on, let me go back again over to the government and take a look at the Atacon. So we've got Baki Sawadi in charge. In terms of his traits, he's secure, +1 charisma, +2% Great Wonder construction for what that's worth, plus 0.15 monthly trad conviction, and as the ruler, loyalty of generals, +5. If Baki Sawadi had feathers, not even a divine thunderbolt could ruffle them. He's also silver-tongued, +2 charisma, +15% Senate influence. As the ruler, +25% improved opinion maximum for what that's worth. Even the most skilled of diplomats would struggle to compare to Baki. Rulers with this trait will have access to the persuade character interaction. Vengeful, +1 finesse, -1 charisma, and as the ruler, assassinate cost is reduced by 20%. Nothing can stand between Baki and those who have wronged him. Characters with this trait will be more likely to murder their way to the top. He's also just, +1 finesse, +0.05 monthly dem conviction. As a governor, +0.01% monthly civ level in Ghana, that's quite nice. As the ruler, and even nicer, +0.02 monthly stab change. We've got pretty good stability. Of course, we are trending down a little bit, but this is with divine sacrifices, and it's mostly because of our AE. It's overall okay. He's, of course, 100 on the trad lifestyle, but he is climbing up there with his other conviction areas. By the way, I think it's interesting the way that the base game conviction system works in my mod, Hegemony, which I occasionally reference, not for self-promotion, but just as a point of comparison. The way the vanilla game works with political convictions essentially leads to older characters becoming unreadable centrists because they get 100 in every single party and then they just change their parties randomly, while younger characters actually start off more ideological, which I think is a very interesting side effect of the way this works mechanically. Whether that's a realistic depiction of political enthusiasm as relates to age, I don't know. I think in the past maybe, but these days everybody seems to be very politically charged about something, so maybe it is realistic. Though, of course, this is way back in the day before, modern accentuating factors like social media and whatnot. So, and of course, all the actual problems that lead to people being politically radicalized. Those are also a bit less of an issue for an ancient civilization. But let's stop talking about this stuff. I'm just going to start complaining about modern day matters if I keep down this road. So let's keep it focused on the content here. It's also, by the way, the brother of Labadeabo Sawadi, which I think I've noted before, but I always am caught off guard by when I spot that. So, interesting details. Put him on a scheme influence and get back to the game here. Get her head in the game here. Still thinking about work. Over here, we've got Sanpoco Chialabelli the Shield, former Atacon, and I think she has been a candidate for Atacon in the past as well. This is one of my boomer centrists over here, basically, with 100, 100, 100, though of course she is running the trad lifestyle right now. She is rash, -1 finesse, -3 Great Wonder completion prestige for what that's worth, And as a ruler, minus 4% national assistant happiness. Let me check and see actually if this is having an effect because she's the co-ruler. Let me find a citizen just to check. Co-Otacon minus 4%, so it actually does take effect, which is fair because the positive effects from the co-Otacon do count as well. So I think that's actually reasonable. Choices become a lot less complicated if one rushes blindly past them. By the way, no free hands, 70 loyalty, that's probably fine, but I'll keep an eye on that. She's guileless, minus 0.10, monthly corruption, minus 2 finesse, holdings income minus 1%, and plus 0.05 monthly trad conviction. It's worrying when even the sheep can pull wool over one's eyes. She's also secure, plus 1 charisma, plus 2% great wonder construction, plus 0.15 monthly trad conviction, and as the ruler, plus 5 loyalty of generals. We've got a lot of general loyalty for this 5-year period. Interesting. She's also honest, minus 0.05 monthly corruption, and plus 0.05 monthly democratic conviction. And as the ruler, national tribesman output plus 3%. Even the thought of deception is enough to confuse Sanpoko. She will never accept a bribe. Interestingly, she will accept persuasion. So it seems as though that literally just prevents bribing, but the persuasion action, which replaces bribe for silver-tongued characters, is allowed. So that's worth noting. And I don't think I need to persuade her, nor do I want to really spend the PI for this. So that is that. Right, over to our offices. Let me go ahead and just do a little bit of the standard office shuffle. With my very low tyranny, I actually feel comfortable being a bit more lenient on family micro when it comes to having more families who are in positions of power. Not because I actually support all the families getting a fair turn. What do you think, I'm a just ruler? No. What I care about is exploiting their value as officers for the state. That's what really matters, of course. So I'll be looking for really good characters from families I've been ignoring. We've had a bit of a, again, this sort of ironic Democratic faction approved sort of oligarchical family situation for such a long time with the Swatis and the Sankaras, and they've had so many chances to be Atacons and whatnot. So let's really shake things up a little bit and look for some new characters to take the reins a little bit. Let's go ahead and shuffle everybody out. It is, of course, a new century, so now's a great time for some new folks to come on in and really shake things up. As much as a morally dubious empire like ours can be shaken up internally from the inside. All right, so let's bring in probably Layla Sang... Actually, hold on. Just kidding. We're going to start with the advancers because that's where I need the value the most. Martial advance, I think Layla Sankara is probably best there. Let me see if there's a comparable character. Oh, yeah, there is. Okay, so let's bring in Layla Sankara. You know, I do actually still have my governors. I should remind myself which families have governorships right now. Okay, so Badi Sankara is back in Jene, where he should be with his 10 finesse. That's fine. No corruption problems. My Songhai governor does have corruption problems. I think I've noted this before. I think I actually remember a while ago noting this when it was much lower and saying that'll be a problem later, but for now it's fine. It is now, in fact, a problem. Also, this guy, when I wasn't paying attention, got dysentery and also lost an eye in an event that I hope was related to getting dysentery, because that'd be really cool. Maybe he was eating one of those salmonella-laced Chipotle burritos, and it, like, as he was eating it, it, like, accidentally, like, hit his eye. I'm out of control today. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm losing it, but that would be quite the scenario for you to get dysentery. I guess salmonella is different from dysentery. I literally just pointed out salmonella. All right, let's lock it in. We're getting focused here. So either way, this guy was never an amazing general, but his loss of an eye certainly doesn't help. I mean, the bigger problem, though, is his corruption. So, I could do sanctions. Oligarchs don't like this, but I don't care. They have enough approval. Well, maybe I shouldn't be so flippant about that. Let me come back to this after I do all my other office micro to see how things look. Yeah, lots of scorn right now. But either way, getting back to it, I don't have a lot of Songhai holdings, so it's not a very strong governor. Possibly it's fine. I mean, it's really just one province here. Honestly, if I sanction him and then Yeah, I think if I sanction him, I can then switch this off of harsh treatment, which I think is about time. This poor province has been in harsh treatment for like 40 years or something, so it's probably time we stop treating them harshly. Let's see. Getting lost in the interface as usual. All right, Kila Sawani, she's getting pretty old, 73. Her kind of hood she wears has actually made me not notice how old she's gotten. But 8-9 still pretty good. What's her health like? She's healthy. Okay, well, I have no problems with her. Her loyalty has always been a little dubious, but she's not been a problem governor for me, so I'm fine just to leave her there in the desert. That's fine. And then lastly, of course, we have Banidoba Banu, who we appointed recently, so I know all about this guy. He's near death. I actually commented last time that this guy was having health problems, so I anticipated he would likely die. And I do still think he will die. I'll wait for him to die, and then I'll replace him once he dies, just so I'm not dealing with this character lingering around. Plus, this gives me, I have to replace him once he dies, so I'll keep him there. I like his finesse, so he's fine where he is. No need to worry about his corruption. Okay. Having said all that, what is the family situation overall? So, 1 of 1 for 4 of the families, because these are the 4 governorship positions, of course. The Sankaras, Isawagins, Sawadis, and Bunus all have a governorship. Now, I would like to at least have 1 of 1 for everybody, I think, and then go above 1 of 1 for the families with the best characters. We shall see what that ends up looking like. So, getting back to it. Martial advance. Let's put Layla Sankara. What's her statesmanship like? Yeah, she's got good statesmanship. What's her health like, actually? She's ailing. I think that's fine. If it's not a governorship position, a character dying in an office, like researcher or another office position, isn't really that big of a deal. With governorship or like Otacon or Co-Otacon, it has a much larger effect on the nation, obviously. Okay, let's put her in. She's got free hands right now. What's her corruption like? Honestly, she's gonna die before her corruption increases enough at this rate with free hands to like really cause a problem. Yeah, 71, ailing, depressed. Yeah, we'll get the most out of her while we have her, but I'm not going to worry about sanctioning her or removing free hands. I want to keep her loyalty high. Alright, although her loyalty in this position doesn't matter, it's just not a bad idea to keep her loyalty high, so we'll just leave it at that. And then, oh man, 12 finesse on Gumasita. I think I was using him as my, I guess because they're already above 1 of 1, I'll use the Sankaras once again. Put him in there. There we go. I could give him free hands. I don't think that's necessary. I guess I could do that to get Oligarch credibility, but I don't think I need that right now. He's fine as it is. Alright. We also are a little behind on civic advances, so having a really good civic researcher isn't terrible either. Oratory advances. Let's see. I think... not a lot of great statesmanship. Even though Tarifa Tilabelli has better... hold on. I don't think statesmanship actually, like, plays a role for the researcher, does it? I don't think it does. I think it's just the flat number, which means I should put the low statesmanship Tarifa Chilabelli as the researcher to then give her statesmanship from being a researcher so that I could use her as an officer with the statesmanship. And then I'll save the actually better, because he has better statesmanship, but technically worse, Dulugu Suwadi for something else. I think I've noted this before, but I had forgotten about it. Alright, I thought she may be, I thought that this character might be running, or that she might have free hands, but she's just really, really loyal for sort of other reasons. Okay, Nefarious Tendencies is fine in this kind of position. Put her in there. At 33, she's also pretty young, so she will be a solid officer for the future. Incidentally, this is the wife of Al-Haj Chelabeli, who was the son of our first Otacon, Salma Chelabeli. And let's see. Yeah, and also Sampoko is the mom. I completely forgot that she was actually, yeah, that's right. Oh no, this is, that's right. So Sampoko is the mom for Tarifa, and then she's married to the son of someone. That's correct. Okay, I got my family trees figured out. I mean, the Timbuktu family trees are definitely kind of like, they're not very spreading out, like they're very interconnected, let's just say. All right, that's fine. And then for religious advances, let's see. Ooh, 12 zeal. Oh man, I almost want to use her as my priest because of that crazy zeal. But with 25 statesmanship, I'm not going to get the most out of that zeal. Let me put her into a position where her zeal is used fully, but she builds statesmanship for her zeal to be used later for my omen power. So let's put her in here. Another really loyal character as well. Yeah, she's pretty young. I think she just kind of entered my politician pool pretty recently. All right, very, very good stuff. Yeah, closed temples is still in effect. That's pretty good. All right, back over here. Party approval. I think Bia Zabarima is looking solid. Actually, no. Delugu Sawadi does have better statesmanship. This is an important position to have as high up as possible. Although, arguably, magistrate might be more important right now. In fact, I do think I will put him in as the magistrate. He also has... he has free hand still, so that's fine. We'll keep it at that. Over here, I will put Borgo Sankara, who does have a bit of statesmanship built up. He's a little worse than Bia, but again, I have to always remember to look at the statesmanship when when evaluating these characters. So Borgo can come in as the censor. 0.08 is fine. The augur, let's put in... Ooh, it's another really good character. She's even younger. Henda Isawagen with her 12 zeal. I will... Oh, man... I almost kind of want to use her over here to build her... Well, no. I have two really good zeal characters that don't have a lot of statesmanship. Let me actually... Here's what I'll do, actually. Let me put her as the high priest so that I can build statesmanship on her. And then I'll put someone with better statesmanship but lower natural zeal as the augur for now. But then I'll switch her in later once she's got some statesmanship built up. Thinking with the brain. That's what we do here on the Misadventurer channel. Someone like Alchemisa Suwari, we've used her before. Super loyal. Family's already grateful, so that is great. Or, no, this is much better. This is worth it. 18% omen power. That's pretty good. 21.06 balance with a partially filled government. That's a good start to the episode, to be sure. In this episode, I want to focus on further min-maxing my current territory to really get my economy roaring into action. Like, we've got some really untapped potential with different farm locations, different mine locations. We've got plenty of slaves to work with. We just need to move them all around and get the infrastructure going. And then we're going to have our really crazy mid-game commerce economy really pop off. All right, Tribute of the People. Korogo, I can put him back in. I think I will. Yep, let's put him in there. Tribute of the Soldiers. Let's see. This guy... Yeah, okay, let me put in Nyakata Zabarima. And then Tribune of the Treasury, we'll put in Dara Sawari with her really good, what do you call it? Statesmanship, because I want to have the better national tax. I'm aware I'm losing a little bit of this, but I think that's fine. Lastly, for physician, let me just find someone younger who I can give some statesmanship to for a position that doesn't matter a whole ton. Let's see. Let me put, so I avoid another grateful family. Let me put Layla Isawagin in here. There we go. Now let's go ahead. Well, first let me check and see how the parties feel about this. Dems are very mad because of the number of grateful families. In fact, they may be mad enough that this may not be sustainable. Oligarchs are really happy. I think, let's see. If I could drop one Chielabele character, that would probably, well, one Chielabele and maybe drop the Banu character. Where is my Banu character currently? Or hold on, the Banu character is the, yeah, the Governor of Jolf. I can't drop him. I'm not changing out governors. Let's see. So the Koadkon doesn't count. Where's the other? Yeah, the researcher. That's right. Maybe the Koadkon does count. Alright, you know what? Let me switch her out. Where was that other really good research crash? Yeah, she's at 10. This is fine. I'm gonna switch her with Yentema Isawaghen. I'll get her some statesmanship somewhere else later, when the parties won't be so mad. Okay, this is probably sustainable. Maybe. I mean, the Democrats are mad that neither Adkon is a Democrat. 0.35 is... I mean, it's sustainable for 5 years, but I would prefer not to lose that much over 5 years. What do these guys want? You know, honestly, I can probably play around with Democrat and oligarch loyalty fairly consistently by doing holding sort of micro, so I think I can probably make this work. Yeah, I think this is good. And I want to get new families into the government to build statesmanship in different places, you know. Alright, I think this all looks fine. Now, let's get our loyalty situation. We've got 3.03 PI already. That's a good start, but this can get better. I could also get loyalty through PI. I don't think that's probably worth it for the 5 years. Kodogo definitely needs to get free hands. That did give the parties a reaction. Did it? Maybe. Perhaps. You need free hands. Okay, yeah, the parties are not going to react to this free hands assignment. And that's everybody. Okay, Borgo could get free. It's pretty close. I think that's ultimately good because I want the Democrats to have more approval to lose, whereas Trads are gaining approval pretty quick. Okay. 3.20 PI per month. That's pretty good. Over in the economy, everything looks fine. We do have a number of barbarian armies in our lands right now. I have not paid you off. What would you need to leave? I would prefer not to, so I don't think I will. I may raise my army. Well, hold on. 5 marshal. Yeah, I mean, numbers-wise, we're gonna be fine. I think I do need to clear these barbs out, to be honest. I'm going to do a lot of internal management this episode. I want to make sure that the way is clear. Okay, let's see. Let me go ahead and increase maintenance to normal. And then go ahead and raise the army. Let me start... oh, hold on. Let me first raise the... Actually, let me raise the Gene army just to kill these barbs that are loitering over here. I'll raise the Ghana levy as well near these barbs. They should be able to probably just go kill them directly with them. Let me just put them in ballet. Oh, hold on, wait. Oh, wait, that's the Joloff levy. Whoops. I didn't realize. I'm not used to Joloff actually having a levy, so that was a small mistake. Let me, sorry, Joloff. You can go home. Oh, I can't disband them because the army's right there. Alright, let me move you out of the way. That was just a goofy mistake. Raise the levy over here. Yeah, Nyata is the right spot. Then raise this levy down here. Then we'll give them a few months to recover. Then we will clear everything out. In the meantime, let's see. Without Trads in charge, or excuse me, without oligarchs in charge, I don't have the build cost modifier. Maybe I wait for the oligarchs to come back, but we have 2 Democrats who are expected to become the new Archons, so I don't know how soon this is going to happen. I do have stone coming in, so I do have that modifier. Let me also do a quick check and see if this has been recalculated. Let me cancel one of the sheep. I can get double cloth now. I can get 1 copy of earthenware. And I can get double leather. Okay. I can definitely reach a few more things. 1 copy of wine. I think I actually may want 1 copy of wine, to be honest, for the Legion maintenance cost. Let's see. Let me get 1 copy of cloth from Media. Yeah. Oratory Tech Investment bonus. Okay. Let me clear out the barbs first, then I'll do my slave micro stuff, because I don't want to really mess around with that while there's armies in the field, so let me just have these guys come down and kill them. You just keep moving away, you sort of come this direction. Yeah, let's go ahead and unpause at speed 3. Alright, this is allegedly going to be an even fight. I don't think that's true. Alright, let me go ahead and lower the Joloff levy before I forget about them. Alright, 16th of January. Patsotogombe Bolsa died at the age of 75 from a terrible fever. He was the Democrat party leader and a friend of the head of the Swaggin family, head of the Bolsa family. Rest in peace, Patsotogombe. This is a very important character to the first couple episodes of the campaign, of course. And he leaves behind a horde of children. Oh my gosh. This guy was active his entire life. He's got so many children. His poor wife. Actually, I think some of these kids are not from this one wife. I'm not entirely sure what happened with that. But either way, this guy leaves behind quite the legacy. Rest in peace, Pata Gombe. Who is the new Democrat leader? Leila Sankara, the next expected outcome. That's going to only increase her likely ascension. Incidentally, this is the, let's see, what is her relationship with? Actually, yeah, she doesn't have a relationship with anyone I care about here. Okay, that's fine. Rest in peace, Pata Gombe. All right, stack wipe that we all saw coming. No big surprises there. Jenny and Levy can go. Now, I guess I could, with my army raised, go and fight a war over here. Don't really feel super inclined to do that. I'm focusing on another, obviously, this mission up here right now. Well, I guess I could just do a little war just to quickly get the stuff that is in Jolof and then make the rest of them tributaries in Mali. What's the... Yeah, they've got a nice big defensive league set up here, which is actually good because I want to take on a couple AIs at the same time. Just my 14 cohorts should be sufficient. I don't think I need the Jenny Levy. I can always re-raise them in just a couple months, so probably fine. In fact, I think I might do that because this levy will be raised in this area. You know, more money for the infrastructure certainly doesn't hurt. Dulugu Suwadi died. He was the magistrate. All right, rest in peace, Dulugu. I thought I had a bit more time with you. That is a shame. Okay, well, I need a new magistrate. I guess I could bring in Tarifa Chilabili. No, I can't because the Democrats won't like that. All right. The slightly worse Kare Sankara, who does have a bit of statesmanship. Loyalty is a little dubious, but no corruption problems, so that's fine. Tarnished Honor. Don't know what happened with that, but you can get free hands and I have slightly worse PI. In fact, I have much worse PI. What's the problem here? Ooh. Yeah, this might be a little bit of an issue. I could give free hands to Sanpoku. You know, I think I will actually give free hands to Sanpoku. That should help things a little bit. That's too bad. Alright, let's go kill these barbs. Should be pretty free. Maybe we'll get their loot at the end as well. That'll be nice. Come on. Not a stack wipe, but we didn't have full morale, so it's not a huge surprise. These are going to Nada. We'll follow them and get them wherever they stop. Alright, this one may be a stack wipe. Let's see. Wish I was arriving after the tick for the morale recovery, but there's the stack wipe I was expecting. Now you guys can make your way over here. It's going to be a long walk. Soon you'll be doing road building, so I guess what I might do actually is use my army... Well, hold on. What does this require? I think road building may require 4 units. I can't remember. Last time I did extensive road building was actually in the Damaset campaign. I don't remember what that required, but we will figure that out very soon. Yeah, let me send these guys over. I'll either get them to building roads or do this war. Obviously, if I do the war, I won't be able to focus on road building, but I don't know. I mean, maybe I do a focus on war this episode. I mean, I don't really have a lot of martial on Baki, but I do have good martial overall. It's not like this is going to be like a super complicated war. I kind of like the idea of just getting these 2 territories, then making the rest of these guys tributaries for now. Baki Sawadi got 2.0, or I guess Timbuktu got this. He just led the army. All right, ill-gotten gains have been acquired, as it were. With this much money coming in, I do want to reinvest. I think even though I don't have oligarchs in power, you know, I can't do much to achieve that right now. Let's go ahead and get building. So let's do a gold check and see where all of our gold mines are at and make sure that they're all fully supplied with slaves. Okay, over here we are looking fine. Okay, obviously Timbuktu doesn't have a mine because it's a city. We got the mine over here. Make sure these guys don't allow promotion everywhere, that we have got the gold. Right down here, we are looking fine. There is some gold over here. Actually, there's a lot of gold over here. Interesting. Well, keep an eye on that. Slave promotion should not be allowed here. Cut it out. I also don't have a mine. Okay, let me get to that in a bit. Obviously over here, Bakel, slave motion needs to not be allowed, and up here, we got a couple places to build some mines, and over here. Oh boy. Oh, that's not my tile? Oh wait, that's occupied by the barbs. I was about to say, what? Who's over here? Yeah, these barbs occupied my gold tile. All right, well, that's fine. Okay, let's see. 174. I could move the slaves over first. I think I want to build the mines first, and then I'll do the slave micro after that. It's always so satisfying to move all the slaves over, and then you get the resource right after, because it's so much more complicated than just building the mines. So let's start building these mines. I can do all the slave micro. It's also better to do all the slave micro at the same time so that I'm planning it efficiently, because, you know, it's going to be a couple gold per slave move, and it's very expensive to move, as you saw last episode, to move large numbers of slaves across the Republic at the same time. So I want to make sure I can basically just move a bunch of slaves, it doesn't matter what culture they are or whatnot this time around, into the mines from the east going westward as a big group and sort of dropping off the number that I need at each of the different gold tiles as I go. Alright, in fact, these new conquests will give me some more slaves, so that is a win-win for the Republic in this situation. Alright, Civic Advance 5, there we go, pop capacity plus 1%, and global monthly food modifier plus 1%. It also means road building, I can't afford it right now, that's very funny. I will very soon be able to afford it. Road building is now allowed, and of course building roads is very slow, so I'm not going to do it right this second, but I will be building roads very soon, because this is going to be very, very nice. Particularly, something critically needed in this campaign is a big east-west road across my quite sort of rectangular republic here. Perhaps a road from Imbul at the port all the way into Timbuktu, stopping at every big city along the way. That's going to be very, very nice for my poor levies, just hoofing it across these grasslands every couple years whenever I decide to fight whatever poor tribes border me still. So yeah, some road infrastructure is imminent, but I'm going to focus on the barbs first, then I'll fight the war, and then I'll do the road stuff. Also, I completely didn't take this. I do have a invention now. I also am down to 113.74 efficiency. Not ideal. Perhaps let's see. Yeah, I think I'm low enough. I am comfortable switching to that. All right, but we'll soon be getting some more research bonuses for sure. So let's grab Fetialis for AE impact minus 2.50. Perfect to get this before war. The Fetial priests were a group of ancient Latin priests who performed unusual rites relating to the declaration of war. There we go. Good stuff. Incidentally, this does give us the Grand Theater city building. And let's see. Tribute income down there, that's pretty good. Yeah, there's some definitely some good stuff around here. Yeah, lots of tribute stuff, war score bonuses. Even more good stuff down here. Blue general cost, look at that. All right. Interesting. Imperial challenge, by the way, down there at the bottom. Get there eventually. What do we have here? We can colonize Bergo. I don't think I want to. Actually, I do think I want to. This is in the Ghana region. I should actually, you know what? I should fight Kita at some point. I don't have a claim on them, but they're technically in Ghana. There's this portion of Ghana actually, there's also some Ghana over here that I've not bothered to get to, but there's actually a bit of Ghana I've not taken yet, which I should get. I do want to get Bedigo, that's for sure. I can definitely do some slave micro to get the rest of the Ghana colonization fairly easily. Bozo Bidaics are at home in Ghana, so it's going to be pretty easy to move them around from Ghana to other parts of Ghana, one would hope. I guess we'll see. All right. What do we have here? All right, we've hired local guides. Now, let's send settlers. We're going to lose 500 manpower. That's fine. We take control of Gademes, and a freeman appears there. Having found a suitable site, we can finance an expedition to establish a small settlement. There it is. Timbuktu has secured this province. We are now just on the border of North Africa. And let's see here. We can now send additional settlers. I think I will do this just because I want to get more population up there. 20 gold is obviously fine for my needs. here, and it gets the modifier that we've seen this in the last mission. So, having taken Gademis, we can move in our own people to help ensure its loyalty. 3 Bozo Freemen appear there. And then the territory for 10 years has plus 0.10 provincial loyalty, plus 15% export value, and 1 migration attraction. Finish the mission. All right. Attack the province of Emporia in a large-scale invasion. Province of Emporia. Oh, okay. I was thinking that there might be some unique missions involving, like, attacking into North Africa through the Sahara. This appears to be exactly that. Now, given, let's see here. So the lands of the northern Sahara are rich, providing ready access to the great trade lanes of the Mediterranean. A great expedition will need to be organized in order to push aside those who rule these lands already, or settle the regions as yet unclaimed. This looks very interesting. Now, this would likely involve fighting, well, it would definitely involve fighting Basatas, at least for Emporia. Getting Takapes, which I think is actually, well, hold on. Is plains on river better than, no, farmland's better. So, even without river, I do think, well, no, arid climate on both. Let's see. River's 5%, and then this would be 10% from, yeah, so, okay, so Zitha is the better spot for a city. I mean, I'm already planning city locations, that's how I'm thinking about it. Yeah, Zitha would be a good spot for a city. It's, I know, kind of a weird location in the province, but, like, Takapis seems like a much more obvious spot because of its, like, location next to the uninhabitable. I could make Takapis the second city, or I could make, perhaps, Bezeros the second city. Either way, wherever the city goes in the future, I could get a port up here, which would really expand my reach in a big way. I'm not even sure if this is true, but I kind of vaguely remember that having a port in certain parts of Dip Range also changes, like, trade access. I think it's just based on Dip Range, but at least it would really open up some doors. But also it would open doors for others to attack me. Let's not forget, I am on very hard difficulty, and although in West Africa I'm pretty much untouchable, there's a lot of touch potential in the Mediterranean, as it were. Not only is Basatis, you know, going to be a more significant opponent than I've dealt with for quite a while, just comparatively, we're nearby some other intimidating, intimidating opponents, such as this alt history Tuskia that's emerged with Skeletor leading. Look at this guy. Oh my gosh. All of my characters look hale and hearty, but this poor guy, he's got 73 in, like, dog years. He was actually, like, 800 years old. We got a Lich leading the Tuskians. Interesting. Okay, let's stop looking at that. But yeah, we got some more serious... oh my god, I just noticed Egypt has taken over. This is some Hellenistic war type activity up here. Yeah, okay, Egypt, I was already scared of Egypt, but this is like, Egypt in Anatolia is not cool. Like, that's a problem. I think we kind of need to fight Egypt kind of in, like, in the future, like, not just, like, in the distant future, but I think we may need to actually try to ruin Egypt just to kind of hold back their expansion, because the Chaldeans, despite trying their best, are clearly not in a position to really stop Egypt. The Medians are even weaker. Yeah, this is not looking too good. Yikes. All right, we'll take a rain check on that one. But either way, the Western Mediterranean things are a bit less scary. Basatis, although still, you know, they're a more sizable opponent that would require some strategy, but I could still beat them fairly. They are allied with Carthage, though. Now, Carthage is deceptively small on the map, but they're quite densely populated with quite a large core population. Honestly, with this Carthaginian alliance, I don't actually think I can take on Basatis. I think I'm genuinely a little nervous to fight a Basatis who's supported by Carthage. Now, Basatis and Carthage are both fighting all of the remaining Sicilians, so they are preoccupied. So perhaps right now is a good time to strike. But and also Carthage appears to not be holding its Sicilian territory that well. So maybe this is not the worst idea, but I think what's probably more prudent is to hold off on this one for now. It's not going to go anywhere. and do some other mission that helps me secure the economic base to really fund a big invasion. I could even do kind of a goofy thing. I could actually build a navy down here and send it across this like portion of the African coastline to attack Besatis and Carthage on the water from the west, which would really catch them off guard. I technically could do that. Now, I may have some attrition problems, but it is possible to do. And of course, part of the goal of this kind of war would be to secure a Mediterranean port where that navy could then live, which would be a much better spot for it than in the south, likely. I will eventually have multiple navies. But I do think, let's see. Critical. This... I think these stabilize and grow missions, I've tended not to like them before because they force you into specializing your territories in like really specific ways. Region of Mali. I mean, Mali is pretty small. I could maybe do region of Matter of Mali. And I'm about to fight a bunch of the Malian locals. Do I guess here's the question. Do I want Mali to be part of my core territory? Because I think there's a very good argument that Mali, like Ghana and now like Jolof, should be part of my core, as with Jenne. I do think, looking at the map, a core of Ghana, Jolof, Mali, Jenne makes a lot of sense, because this is mostly dry plains terrain. There is a bit of jungle and forest, but like Guinea is mostly jungle. Like, Guinea is really not great terrain to be part of my core. Like, I'll eventually have it be part of my territory, of course, but having this be part of my, like, core central imperial, like, you know, middle area, it's really not, I think, that sensible. Same thing with Akan, and even to some extent, Ouagadougou. Let me see, actually. Well, Ouagadougou's pretty sparse as well. Yeah, I think I can justify a kind of Ghana, Jolof, Mali, Jenne, Ouagadougou, Songhay core, because that puts Timbuktu at the center, which I think is good. And of course, the Sahara territories are kind of unusual, so that kind of works differently. But I do think Mali being something that I expand into sooner, because I was planning to do it eventually, obviously, but I guess I could kind of start working on it now. And I think while fully controlling all of these regions before going north has its pros and cons. I don't want to necessarily hold off too long. I'm a little nervous about Carthage, fighting Tuscia. Like, this alt history version of the Punic War, I think will eventually happen. I'm sure Carthage in this mod does have Punic War style missions that will lead it in that direction. Not to mention, Tuscia will eventually likely have some sort of relationship with the Islanders, either offensive or defensive, because it is part of Italia. We shall see. Either way, I think, all things considered, some sort of giant invasion of North Africa, while interesting and certainly a fun curveball for this phase of the campaign, is kind of pushing it a little bit. Like, this is very hard. I'm not confident I can beat Carthage one-on-one, let alone teamed up with the relatively junior partner of Besatis, who, although having more territory, is actually quite a bit sparser in population. And I have this crazy resource base to work with, right? I've got the resources, I've got the potential for economic strength that I just need to fully tap into, and then I will really be unstoppable. So there's no rush here. It's gonna be a long campaign. Let's slow it down a little bit and do Matter of Mali. Our fortunes await in foreign lands. The Mali region has been considered part of our borders, yet much of it remains beyond our control. Make sure that it is brought under our influence one way or another. This will incidentally give me claims on the rest of the Mali people. Well, we'll see actually where it gives me claims, but I already have the claims to work with, of course. This mission will be considered complete when the entire region of Mali is under Timbuktuian influence. Alright, I'm actually going to lose the olive branch modifier. I guess I'll be doing a new modifier, construction event queue. Maybe it has a 50-year duration? I'm not entirely sure. Defend Jenne. We'll see about that. Let's consult the assembly. This gives us claims on Diabera, Bambuk, and Ndama. Let's check and see. Oh, that's just the three northern ones. Well, that's convenient. I already have claim. Well, these guys are actually my tributary. I don't have a claim on these guys, for what that's worth. So we'll see if I need to break my tributary relationship with them. There's no huge reason to take this territory directly right this second. Honestly, I might even just still take the territory in Joloff directly and then make these guys tributaries. I don't think there's like a huge rush. Like I can always colonize around them and then fight them when there's no more land to colonize peacefully, as it were. I am trying to lower my AE right now, and my AE is causing my stability to be a little bit unpredictable, so probably better to do, although tributary deals are still expensive on AE, but it'll be cheaper than taking it directly. We'll see. We'll see. If I can avoid, basically, if I don't need to take the territory right this second, I don't really necessarily want to, just because then I have to have a governor, and then I have to deal with that, so I think I still stick with my original plan of taking the territories in, great for the Gauls, alright. Taking the territories in Joloff, and then subjugating everywhere else. I mean, the territories will be more valuable for me if they're owned by a tag paying me as a subject than if I own it directly. That I'm pretty sure about that, at least. All right. Let's actually... Okay, well, let's wait for them to arrive. Let's just see. Okay, yeah, so we are good to go once we are ready to start that process. You know, I may actually grab the triumphal coins next time. May as well, it's because I have a lot of manpower room right now. When's my next tech up here? It's oratory. That does make sense. Okay, October of 205, so it'll be next episode. We'll see. We'll see what the deal is with that. Also, I believe I was... Let's see. This place here does not have a lot of territory, so I think I was leaving it. It was in Joloff, wasn't it? Yeah. Let's see. Actually, you know what? I was going to deal with this. Not there. Over here, deal with this. Okay, so, well, it's gotten a little worse now. But if I sanction him... Well, let's see here. He has free hands right now. Oligarchs don't like this. How do the oligarchs feel right now? They got a fair bit. Okay. Let me go ahead and... Well, he's 48. Like, he has some health problems, but he's not actually that old. He's just kind of weathered by his dysentery and his one-eyed status. Alright, yeah, let me go ahead and impose sanctions. And then do I revoke as well? I don't think I do. I think I leave him on free hands. He's going to ascend back up pretty slowly, so I'm comfortable with this. This should help with the local loyalty a little bit. It does, to the extent that I think I am comfortable switching this now over to, yeah. The religion here is right, but they need assimilation. So let me switch it over there. Okay, yeah, that's sustainable. I'm comfortable with that. And then with the rest of my PI... Actually, hold on. Let me first check and see. Ooh, you know what? Yeah, Divine Sacrifice just ran out a little bit ago. So let me save PI. Good thing I was thinking about that. Like, I wonder how much I have left on that. So let me go ahead and grab Divine Sacrifices in a couple of months. And yeah. By the way, I'm going to put this back. I figured out after some research that it's actually an intentional game mechanic that you can't move treasures around manually. The idea is that they're held in different temples. You have to, like, desecrate to get the treasure back. The problem, as we see here in this example, and in other times that this has come up, is that often the treasures end up in a tile that doesn't have a temple, or like the temple, like it's a glitched thing where it's expecting a temple, then there is no temple. Actually, I think it's because in my campaign I disabled all of the temples when I started it for this campaign, which I do for all my campaigns. And so I'm unable to desecrate the temple to get the treasure out. And then I can't get the treasure unless I literally build a temple to then remove from the tile. So I don't have enough gods to do that. So I'm unable to use the treasure mechanic. In fairness, because of a change to the mod that I made myself, this is what's the right word? This is an unexpected consequence of my change that I made, basically. So that hopefully that kind of makes sense. But anyways, glad to figure out why that was happening. That was definitely a question that I had. Bani Doba Banu died. Okay, so this is our ailing Joloff governor. He died from leprosy. He had leprosy? I guess he did have leprosy. Okay. That's too bad. Here he goes. The Banus, I believe. We're at 0 of 1. Okay, we now have a scorned family, for what that's worth. I may want to keep it like this, just so the Democrats aren't collapsing approval-wise. Okay, we're about to, well, we're about to spend a lot of PI likely fixing all of our policies, but first, let's find ourselves a governor. We do have Fonta Tilabele available to us. She is crafty, so I don't think I want to use her as a governor. I think I've also commented about that before. Do I want to actually poach one of my officers? I don't really have... I could put Korogo in there. I think I might do that. Yeah, let me make Korogo a governor. Unless I have someone with... Okay, Kondolon Suwadi could be made governor. But isn't she also... Yeah, she's also crafty. I think I might actually replace Korogo with No, I don't want her... She's going to be too expensive to pay. Yeah, let me... Or I could put... No, 1 of 1 for this family. Let's see. Yeah, Kondolon has the benefit of already being from a grateful family. Or I could put in Nyakata Isawaghen. His finesse is a little lower. Maybe I put him as the tribune. Yeah, more statesmanship on Korogo. I think that's probably the way to do it. Let me put him in as the tribune. And then... he's close enough. Let me give him free hands. He's close enough. Alright, and then over here, this minor character, he's got the... got ourselves a Cromwell on our hands. Korogo, through sheer competence, you're now going to be the governor of Jolov, which is a very powerful governorship. Alright, this is fine. What did you do to the province? Let's find out now. I mean, this is probably not the worst call to make, honestly, but yeah. I'm gonna need to fix all this. So first of all, let me actually do it by province like this. So over here, do I want to switch it over to harsh treatment? How much demotion do I need to do over here? Let's check. Actually, I should look at it on the screen here. A little bit, not too much. The local autonomy is probably fine, to be honest. Okay. Over here, okay. So this place does not need to be on a happiness one. Let's see. This I'm gonna switch back to conversion. This needs to stay. This can go on to conversion. Wait, hold on, wait. Yeah. Well, yeah. And then this one here. I may even need to switch this one. Yeah, I'm gonna switch this one over to harsh treatment. I'm also about to get territory, and it's gonna probably move the capital, which is great. So harsh treatment preemptively. That'll be annoying. This one here can stay as it is. Well, yeah. This one here, switch over to conversion. We're about to be out of PI. This can be switched over to conversion. And that is all of our PI. Next month we will get the last province over here. This one can be switched over to conversion as well. Alright. What's your loyalty like now? 73. That's with free hands as well. There's our fight over here. Oh, this guy's near death? What? Shoot, I didn't notice that at all. Okay. What's going on? Like, the Jolov governorship is cursed. Like, what is this? Alright, well, we're gonna have another governor switch for Jolov pretty soon then. I did not realize that guy was dying of dysentery. I can't believe I overlooked that. Okay, well, it is what it is. We will deal with it when we get to it. Alright. That is... Oh my gosh, 12.63 from that. Wow, okay. Alright, that is good. Let's take a look and see what this will look like. So, who do I actually declare on over here? I think probably these guys here, because this will be very easy to take. there's no fort here. They've got the risky strategy of a farming settlement capital. Oh no. Oh, you know, is it because they lost territory to me? That might be why. And then they never bothered to destroy the farming settlement. Actually, it's the same thing up here too. Yeah, all these tribes that I previously defeated are... Actually, this guy is my tributary currently, so that's probably why I shouldn't be looking at him. I should be looking up here. Yeah, that's right. I was getting my tiles mixed up. It's up here that I need to be looking at. I think I'll target Guidimaka first. Alright, so they're going to call in Kayes for sure. That's just a super easy no fort take, although the fort in Maka will protect this location. Then Kadugu is obviously a fort as well. Where's their capital? Oh, it's actually the Maka fort. Okay. So let's head on over to, let's see. Head on over to Bundi. In fact, I might do a road construction on the way over while I'm coming around this loop, to be honest. So let me come down to, well, let me do all the road construction stuff after, because it'll take such a long time. I want to get this war over with so I can start doing my economy micro. A feast for Korogo. The residents of Ogo are holding a celebration in honor of their much-loved Governor Korogo. He's really made quite the impression since he arrived. Renowned for his beneficence, tolerance, and common sense. It's nice to see our approved candidates validated in such a way. I mean, this looks pretty good for Ogo. Yeah, honestly. He gets kindly. Yeah, I think this is fine. I want to lose loyalty on him. On with the celebrations. Sure. Alright, I'm gonna hold off on doing any more governor policy stuff until he dies, because he's about to die. I just wasted a ton of PI on that for no good reason. That's a shame. I should have saved it to do my, Arbunu has died. Okay, there goes another legacy character from the start of the campaign. Rest in peace, Arbunu. Alright, who is the new party leader for the oligarchs? Looks like Gumasira Sankara is now the party leader. He's really come a long ways from where he was a few episodes ago. Pretty good stuff. He's also a really good character to be leading them because he's a really good economy episode Adicon with his 12 finesse. Good stuff. Alright. Around we come. I think it might be 4 to do a road construction. I'll check after I do the war. We shall see. Alright. New Isawagan died. That's a shame, another family head. Who's the new Isawagan family head? Looks like Gundo Isawagan. I don't recognize her, so she's a background character. Alright. Don't need the Jedi Levy, I don't think. Okay, we're almost there. Oh, more barbarian activity. Great, alright. I'm on the wrong side of the Republic to deal with you right now. What are you gonna need to leave? Really don't want to deal with you right now, but you know what? As long as they're kind of sticking to Songhai territories, I'm not too against this. What are we looking at here? It's fine. Well, yeah, they're gonna be well, I'll keep an eye on Tiabu. If they're approaching Tiabu, I'll pay them off. Tiabu's not fortified. They can't reach it without sieging Houndu. Actually, if they start sieging Houndu, or if they go around Houndu to go for Tiabu, I will pay them off. I don't want Tiabu to get sacked. Alright, here we go. Yeah, we're losing strength because our levy was reduced, annoyingly. Alright, we'll be attacking... We won't be attacking until my truce is up. That's right. Totally forgot that I have a truce with them. I bet these guys I do have a truce with them as well. 1st of August, 202. Whoops. It was too good to be true. Yeah, that's too bad. I completely overlooked that. Alright, I guess I will be doing some road building after all. May as well use them for that. Alright, Army, no more payment for you. Let's get to building roads. So I'm going to start by figuring out... Yeah, I'll spend a year or two doing some road building around here, then we'll get reorganized to fight. Let's go ahead and split away 4. Actually, let me test it one by one. So, okay, 10. Okay, yeah, it's not 4, it's 10. Okay, I was off about that. All right, so I guess I will need the entire army. I may as well just keep the whole army together for this, honestly, if I need 10. So, good to figure that out. Let's start by building a road from Bundu, which is of course going to be the capital here. Long term, we've decided that. Haven't we? Yes, this is definitely the correct location. Build a road from Bundu to Wuli. Now, where is the fastest route you're going to pick? I think that probably is sensible for it to just hug the impassable desert. Don't think there's any reason to stretch it out in a different way than that. So let's get this road going, and they will just work on this in the background. All right. I'm annoyed I didn't check the truce timers. For some reason, I thought more time had passed since those wars, but I guess they were kind of recently. I suppose that's fine. If I could cut down on wages, I'd be saving a lot in money, but I think that's risky for sure. Without more anti-corruption stuff being run, we'll see. All right. Also, pushing it here, but this is sustainable. Can maybe do one more. Are there any others that I think I'm comfortable switching? This one I'm comfortable switching to conversion. Alright, I think that's fine. Now we leave it at that. Fortresses have been finished. Perfect. Alright. Nothing says mid-game like building roads. I know this is kind of a weird spot to start building roads, but this is where the army is, so as well. Kurogo died, alright. Perfect. Just after I spent all that PI ordering him to do different policies across his governorship. That is a shame. Not a super long-lasting character, but he was a important, qualified minor character, which I don't have a lot of. Okay, who wants it next? I'm going to check and see their health this time before I throw them in. Alright, so Kasei Sawadi does look pretty promising. Very young guy. Pretty loyal. This is with 2 negative loyalty traits, which is kind of a surprise. He doesn't have free hands or anything, so I don't know why he's so loyal. He just is super loyal for seemingly no reason. His Deceitful does give him trending upward corruption, but then it's still below the other modifiers. Not a lot of statesmanship, but I'm not going to have a lot of good options that have statesmanship already. And he is better than the much older Saya Bulsa. Also an oligarch. I think I'm going to go with him. 5 marshals, fine. Let me take a look at his situation here. Deceitful, prominent, uncaring. I think that's fine. Province Commerce for governor. For all the exporting I'll be doing from here, that's actually kind of nice. Yeah, I'm going to assign him over here. Alright, please. Please. Those policies that guy who had dysentery, Kurogo, who just died, they're really great. I would really like you to not really change them that much. I spent so much political influence setting them all up. Please, Kasei. Oh, no. Oh, well... Yeah, I have to change them all. No. Alright, well, let's start with wherever the bleeding is the worst. Where do I have... Okay, Sila, I'm going to change over to harsh treatment. And also, Bundu probably needs to go to harsh treatment as well, once more. No. This is brutal. Alright, well, we got a 20-year-old with no health problems at all. I'm sure this time we're not going to have problems. Alright, just add population for me. That's fine. go up to speed 4 while we're in this disposition. Alright. Pillage my lands. Sure. Knock yourselves out. Look at the road textures. Yeah, look at that. Love it. Alright, build those roads. Yes. My barely disguised true reason for playing Imperator Rome, which is my unquenchable thirst for road construction. Finally on display once again. Debt, bondage, scandal. While slaves are an important part of the economy and social structure of Timbuktu, the sheer number of slaves as a proportion of society has become something of a concern. Some argue that the number of bondsmen bolstered by our strict manumission policies and the growing practice of debt bondage must be countered to ensure there are enough freedmen to support our military and small holdings. Bodogo Sankara, my censor, has been in favor of debt bondage reform for some time, no doubt for his own political motives. He is a Democrat, so that actually does make sense in the lore. Sampoku Telebe the Shield, on the other hand, as a traditionalist, is a particularly outspoken supporter of debt bondage. That is not a surprise, arguing that debtors must not be allowed to escape repaying what is owed, nor become a drain on the state through imprisonment. We can either exploit this opportunity to redress the growth of the slave population, or support the interests of the slaveholder. So this might be a chance to get some loyalty with my co-Atacon, who I do still have for a couple of years, so I don't want to necessarily really upset her. Let's see here. If I could just do Divine Sacrifice before getting this, that'd be better. Okay, you know what? Baki's kind of low on popularity. I think this might not be the worst thing to get, honestly. Though 5 corruption is annoying, he would still have negative corruption trend, and 5 for, you know, the remaining amount of time is not too bad. I think this is probably the way to go. Yeah, I don't want to lose the stability or lose loyalty with Sampoko and get these other modifiers. Let me go ahead and say slaves form the backbone of any successful economy. So ton of popularity on Baki, gets a bit of corruption. Bodogo loses loyalty, he's at 100, so that's fine. Sampoko gains loyalty, that's good. Yeah, basically, in terms of every modifier that I care about, this is the correct option from a gameplay point of view. Timbuktu also gains about 50 gold, that's pretty good. We also gain some tyranny. Ooh, we actually have quite a bit of tyranny right now. Alright, keep an eye on that. Alright, debt bondage endorsed. Gets some 8% national citizen happiness, 12% national slave happiness, and divine sacrifice cost is increased. This is probably overall economically better to do. Let's do it. Alright. 30th of March. Ooh, what are we looking at now? These guys are getting pretty close to Houndu, but I think they've been paid by Kiri Congo. You sly dogs. Where is Kiri Congo? Hold on. Oh, they're down here. Okay. Keep an eye on this. All right, there is my first road of the campaign. Look at that. And now, I guess, once my actual... So it's in 202. August of 202. We got plenty of time. Let's head on up to Mboinane as well. Let's see. I think from Mboinane I'll road through Tiang. Let me just kind of speculate. If I'm in here, this is a trick I did in the Timbuktu campaign. I'm in the Timbuktu campaign. This is a trick I did during the Domicite campaign. I can sort of shift-click over and then shift-click again to see the anticipated movement to pre-screen the road network that the game would set up normally. It does go through Chiang as expected, so I think this route is actually what I'm just going to do. Let's road to Mboinane and then to Imbul. Incidentally, from here, it would go straight like that. I think this sort of route through here is still better than doing a direct connection. Yeah, I think this is ultimately still the faster way of doing it. I could build roads in every tile that I want, but I think I prefer, honestly, for aesthetic reasons, to have one structured road network and not just build roads every single tile, because then it gets really messy and complicated. Now, that's probably how it should work, because roads do add a very small bonus to the tile, so from a pure min-max perspective, building roads basically just everywhere once you have the economy for it is arguably better. However, I do ultimately care about the aesthetic of my nation, so I will do this. Now, I will be spending 50 gold per road, so I don't necessarily overlook that. But I do want to get a road to Imbul finished while my army is over here, at least. So maybe I just road to Mbonane. Yeah, just so I'm not breaking the bank right now. Gundo Isawagan dies, is the other Isawagan head. We also have a son named Bia Suwari. Okay. Who's the new Isawagan head? Alright, we got Masiri Isawagan, this guy. Oh, it's the governor of Songhai. Okay. That's not going to help with his loyalty, is it? He's going to have stuff go to his head. And I don't mean more Chipotle-related illnesses. For legal reasons, I'm referencing a well-known historical event, and I'm not implying anything about the quality of Chipotle. Honestly, and this is not this is a genuinely true statement, Chipotle slaps. Like, I love Chipotle. To me, Chipotle is like actually kind of like a nice, like, kind of treat for myself, because their burritos. So here's fun personal story. When I was growing up, I did track and field. And my coach would take us all to Chipotle after meets, which is probably the worst time ever to get a Chipotle burrito, is when you've just done track and field exercise. But I still associate the taste of Chipotle with the the paternalistic affection of my track coach, which is probably not good psychologically. But I did occasionally win at those meets, so it bore fruit eventually, as it were. But yeah, Chipotle has a nice part in my memory from my experience doing track and field in high school. Anyways, xenophobia, heated debates in the assembly are not uncommon, especially where so many prominent members of society are involved. Lately, a wave of xenophobia has swept across Timbuktu, resulting in foreign values being regarded with great distrust. All in attendance at today's debate agreed, however, that Wedraogo Sankara crossed the line today when he accused Atakan Baki of indulging in barbaric Demetian practices. This is a wild accusation. He's accusing us of being like the British. That's a terrible accusation, even in the modern day. It's like the meme. Let's see. I'm not going to rival a family head, even as a Republic character. That's just a bad idea. Let's just turn the other cheek. Loyalty on this guy is probably fine. He's not a major character, or he's a major character. He's not in a position of power anywhere. Assembly speaks. Oh, I guess I just get respectable olive branch on repeat. I guess that's fine. More dip rep for me. Rhetoric and debate have raged for a full year. The Assembly of Timbuktu has reached a final stance on the matter of Mali. Drawing a sharp breath, the Herald recites, "Protect the weak of Mali." Okay, that sounds fine to me. Let's finish this road up here, and then make our way back over. Well, we still have a little bit of time, actually. We'll see what we want to do. I know I could be building mines right now, but I really want to get some roads laid down over here while my army's raised. This levy is the only levy I have right now that can build roads, and it takes such a long time to come over from Timbuktu to get over here, so I may as well build some road infrastructure here while I'm over here. I think you understand. All right, I think these barbs are not sure about attacking Houndu or going around to Tiabu. In my opinion, the barb AI tends to be pretty rudimentary, which makes sense. They're like a roving horde. They don't tend to like aggressively go after soft targets, even if they can. So keep an eye on that, though. All right, I guess we can go to Chiang and get the road set up to Imbul preemptively. Yeah, time still. Alright. Fortress and... Ooh, yeah, this fortress up here is done. Very good. I should build a fortress in Gadames as well. Any barb power around here? Nope. That is good to see. But I don't have the money for that right now. Alright. Now you can just wait here. Actually, hold on. What's your... Yeah, we'll get there after the... Actually, hold on. Yeah. We'll have enough to get to Imbul. And then the southern half of Western Jollof will be roaded up. Good stuff. Alright, barbs are about to run out of strength, so we will just leave them to do that. Okay, I've got a bit of... by the way, I'm saving my PI right now to do Divine Sacrifice. I don't want to delay it too much longer. I know I want to change all my policies, but got to get that Divine Sacrifice going before too much longer here. Alright. Road to Mbul is done. Very nice. Now you can zoom back over to Bundu super quick. Look at them go. Look at that speed here in West Africa. That's crazy. Fastest army that we've seen in the campaign. We are on speed 4, so that does make it look a little faster, but pretty happy to see that kind of progression. All right, Barbs are about to finish off. That is fine by me. All right, now we still have half a year. Maybe I'd do a little bit of road building northward while I'm over here as well. It's probably not the worst idea. I think I want to get up to Ogo. I guess the question will be, what's the road network around here going to look like? You know, actually, hold on. I'm going to double back and go up to Mboinane, because I'm not sure. Actually, no. I'm going to do it over here just because I'm in the area. I don't have like infinite time to do this. Let's come on over to Bundu. All right. Now from Bundu to Ogo, it's just straight over here. I think this is probably the route I'd want to draw. Likely. It's avoiding those forests, and there's a river here as well, so that's going to be slow terrain. Okay, you know what? Seme is a marsh, and there's the river here. So I do think avoiding the marsh... Marsh has a huge effect on... In fact, I can show you. Movement cost 50%, and forest is movement cost 30%. So really avoiding any sort of rough terrain is pretty important for road construction. So I think I may connect Galem and Arondo later, so that you can go from Wooly straight to Ogo without going through Bundu, which would be a little bit faster, but I want to focus on building from the capitals to each other at this stage. So let me go ahead and wait for the tick so I can do more road building. I may just build part of the road, then come back to go to war. These guys are about to die. Well, not die, but just... Oh, Wedrago Sankata died, head of the Sankata family. Rest in peace, Wedrago. Who's my new Sankata character? Let's see. Layla Sankata is the new Sankata character. Okay. Even more reason she may become... in the span of just 2 years, she's gone from an important noble woman to head of the Democrats and a family head, too. So I think... we're very likely going to see her ascend, unless she dies. She is ailing. She has diphtheria and depression. This would be one of our older incoming icons for sure, so could be a problem. The Ramachilabele is her expected co-Otacon. Kind of a bad co-Otacon, to be completely honest. 4-4-2-11. I mean, actually, he's fine as a co-Otacon, but not great as a main Otacon. Why is he... Where's his support coming from? All the trads like him because he's a trad. Are there no trads that are, like, able to be a candidate right now other than that guy? Oh, boy. Yeah, and the other issue with Layla is that, as we've seen when she's been a candidate before, she's really good at 2 things and really bad at one important thing. And, of course, the 2 things she's good at is martial and charisma. No finesse in sight. So, my big economic boom is in danger if she ascends. Also, Sampoko has dementia. That's a shame. I didn't get notified about this. I wish I was. In fact, I'm going to actually check my... venture into the message settings. This? Co-leader? I never know how to search this menu. Health? No. I'll look at this later. I can't figure it out right now. Alright. And there they go. We now have the money for the road to Rondo. That's all we're going to be able to do. We're going to be able to maybe one more road up to Bakel, and then we'll take stock. I think, yeah, because Bakel will then branch off through Wampu to get to Rabra. That's almost for sure going to be faster than a road through the north. So yeah, that'll be the route. And then Robra, it'll be a triangle here likely to connect to go around this marsh here. Actually, we'll see if it actually goes in the south or in the north to get over all the way to Diakon. We shall see. How close am I? Getting there. First of August. Keep waiting. Mine is done. Alright. I should... I'll wait to move the slaves in until I finish this road here, up to Ogo. We're so close. Alright, we'll get this road built and then probably come back. It's May, June, July, August. We can maybe squeeze in a road to Ogo directly. Odrago Chialabelli died, head of the Banu family and a rival of the Icon. Another long-term character. Lots of old characters dying off this episode. That's too bad. Rest in peace, Odrago Chialabelli. Who's the new Chialabella family head? That's not the right tab. Here it is. Alright, Senpoko Chialabelli the Shield is the new family head. Okay, well, I suppose that does make sense. Very important Chialabella character, so not too surprised to see her ascend like this. Also one of the most senior characters, and she's the co-Adicon. Too bad she's losing it, but good for her for reaching such heights. Almost there on PI. Only a few more months. Okay. And I think it's gonna look close. Let me see what the expected arrival day. I want to get this road finished just so I have some movement around here. 3rd of August. That's after I could declare. I think it was 2nd of August, right? 1st of August, actually. You know, I may as well. I'm right here. Let me get this road finished, then I'll just run back. I mean, it's going to be quick because of the road. We'll declare shortly thereafter. All right, one more monthly tick, then we can get our Divine Sacrifice going as well. Probably get to get that during peacetime, honestly. We can also get one more from conversion, one more guy there as well. All right. There we go. Very expensive, but it's very necessary to be sure. Alright, stability is now stabilized at 62. Probably not going to see the stability heights I had before for a little while, but pretty good situation. Yeah, I do have quite a bit of tyranny built up now. Not ideal, but it is what it is. Can't do too much about it. Alright, there we go. Come on back to Bundu. In fact, maybe... Yeah, Bundu's fine, actually. Come on back to Bundu, and then we will... take stock of the situation. You also need to let your morale recover. Go down to speed 3 as well. Zooming through this whole episode. And then on every monthly tick that I have PI available, I need to change those policies as well. Alright. Let's declare on Guidi Maka to take Ndama. They bring in Kayes. They also bring in Mako, okay, and then they bring in Ndama. That's fine. I'm gonna be joined by my Saharan city-states. Here they are, yeah. We'll see if they actually get involved or not. But here we go. Take Ndama. Let's do it. Alright, partial morale, single levy against a bunch of enemies, but these guys are not going to have a lot of forces. This should be fairly straightforward. In fact, I'm going to... Well, I guess I do want to do that, but what I meant to do actually was split away my 4 horsemen, as it were, to come down and grab Nyokolo. I'm moving them together like this, so that's a slightly larger force. Then the rest of you come on over to the capital and grab that. Then you'll come down and grab that as well. Then we'll get to work sieging. We'll grab the other places too. Then we'll get to work sieging Mako. All right, here we go. Oh, whoops. Let me make sure I do that as well. All right, hopefully this should not cause me catastrophic problems, but I think we're going to be okay. Just about. In fact, out of an abundance of caution, I'm going to actually move you here so you're closer to the main army. Avoid any shenanigans. Okay, here come the Ndama levy. Not too intimidating. That is Mali, so that's their main levy. Then we'll move these guys down. Sacking of Dioboye. Alright, what are we looking at up here? Nunshall Hide would be a little dangerous. I also don't necessarily want Cruel on Baki. Let me do, well, let's see, actually. Do I want Cruel on him? He might be a governor. I think I have enough good governors. I don't need him to be a governor super soon. Let me grab Roam Freely. Alright, Baki Suwadi led his men to glorious victory during the siege of Diabuye. The enemy flee in disgrace, and all that is left is to decide on how to treat the residents within. By the way, I love the Oblivion music in the background. I think that's Oblivion. Might be Morrowind, I think it's Oblivion, though. Needless to say, these spoils of war like the Takazo's back in Timbuktu to admire Baki greatly, believing such wealth in the hands of one man could cause problems in the future. Alright. And out of an abundance of caution, we're going to move him down to join with the Cav in Yerezna. And then I'm probably going to send the Cav around to grab here, and then we'll join up again in Mako. No need to split our army unnecessarily when there's the risk of surprise enemies. Now, the real danger with this many AI involved is actually mercs, so I'm going to be keeping an eye on that quite closely. Alright, these mercs here in particular could be a bit of problems. Let me get onto the tile nice and quick. You guys come around through the marsh. That's why I set up this horse force to do exactly this. And I have to power through that swampland. Alright, also, I do have some province micro to get to. Alright, so first of all, over here, this place needs to go straight onto harsh treatment. Oh boy. We're going to have to clean up this whole region. But Scandal. Scandal is unfortunately part of an average day in the Timbuktuian Assembly. Ordinarily, we would simply ignore such petty squabbles. However, on this occasion, the esteemed Kure Sankara, who is my magistrate, my young, promising magistrate, oh no, has been found in flagrante delicto with his lover, Diara Zabarima. Oh boy. Okay, by his spouse, Senpoko Bunu. This is quite a saucy situation. Senpoko Bunu, the spouse, overcome with despair, has appealed to the assembly to have Kure Sankara stripped of office as a punishment for his brazen public vice. Now, of all these characters, only one of them is a promising young politician, and the other two are just random nobles. Now, although morally there is a correct option here, in my opinion, pragmatically there is a different correct option. This is none of my business. Democrats like this, which probably will be quite nice. Well, you know what? Let me do a little bit of shenanigans right now. Actually, I can't right this second. That's too bad. Okay. This will lead to a rivalry between these two minor characters. That's actually, they're not minor characters, but they're not important major characters, I should say. That's fine. Actually, yeah, if she was a better character, I would actually probably do what she wants, but I don't anticipate using her in government anytime soon. This guy actually does have some good finesse, so, Alright. This is none of our business. 100 Democrat approval. A little bit unnecessary. Or Siege in Mako. What do we have here? 400. Okay, 15% fort defense. That's not that good. What are they doing down here? What's this? Oh, they have a their like leader or something has a fort defense malice. That's kind of funny. All right, well we'll get it fortified. Or fortified. We'll hopefully not get it fortified. We'll get it sieged. What do we have here? Sononike Bedeix. That sounds like a group of barbs I'm fine settling in my land because they're right culture group, right religion. Go for it, honestly. Knock yourselves out. Okay. As long as you're not sacking any of my cities, which you're not, so carry on, I suppose. These guys are coming around very slowly. supply shortage. Good start. Breach would be really cool, but I don't hope anymore. It's the honest assessment. Okay, I'm a bit nervous about Mbul being unfortified, but 500 won't be able to siege it. Well, they will be able to siege it though, is the actual answer. Oh yeah. Sacking of Gyaru. Baki Sawari led his men to glorious victory. During the siege of Gyaru, the enemy fleeing disgrace and all that is left is to decide on how to treat the residents within. Needless to say, these spoils of war like that caused us back in Timbuktu to admire Baki greatly, but leaving such wealth in the hands of one man could cause problems in the future. This is going to be probably a roam-free situation once again. Yeah, let the men roam freely. More popularity for Baki is quite nice. Also, let me go ahead and, let's see. This is much less of a downward trend, but it has lower current. So let me switch this over to Harsh Treatment. I think actually my last round of policies were a little too optimistic. I think I need to do a bit more harsh treatment around here. But I want to make sure my loyalty pool is higher. Okay, you guys head on down to Kontko next. Go grab that. No sign of any mercs yet, so that's good. Keep an eye on that though. Okay, these guys are going straight there. That's too bad. Can't do anything about that. Oh, speaking of mercs, I'm glad I looked over here right now. This is a problem. Okay, let's discover how much of a problem this is going to be. This guy is demanding the payday. Look at this, 288. Jeez, I don't even have that much right now. Yikes. Okay. Now let's not panic. 7 Marshall isn't like crazy high. It's more than I have. That is a problem. But let's see. Heavy infantry, cab, light infantry. It's basically what I have, honestly. So there's no tactics advantage either way. So I do have 6.5k. That's the main thing going for me right now. But if they link up with any of their little tribal armies, we're going to be in bigger trouble for sure. I could hire this merc force here with the 10 Marshal to supplement my army. The Marshal by itself is probably enough with my forces to ensure no shenanigans. And the extra strength certainly doesn't hurt, and it's going to be relatively cheap. Certainly cheaper than buying this guy off for an army like that. That's not the right... here we go. I think I mean, I can obviously afford the payment for the mercs. Do I do this right now? I don't really want to, like, hire mercs for this war. Like, this shouldn't be a war that requires a mercenary purchase. Maybe I roll the dice. Well, hold on. Let's be rational here and just see. So this is the minimum deal I go for. This is the deal where I don't make them tributaries. This is very low on AE. They actually are almost on board with this deal. And once I take this tile, they might go for it. And once I take Mako, they definitely go for it. I can definitely assault Mako once my horses return. Actually, I can assault Mako before my horses return because the horses don't join in the assault. So it actually could happen right now. So I want this deal. But what's, like, the larger deal that I could go for? Because I don't necessarily want, like... Again, I either want to fully annex all of the Somali territory at the same time, or make them tributaries. Let's come back to it. Let me leave the mercs unhired for now, because I might take the cheaper deal, where I just don't bother with making them tributaries. Because then, the other thing too is if I don't make them tributaries, I could then attack them after the peace deal, after the truce timer, as opposed to them being tributaries and me not being able to attack them. In fact, I might actually, when I do this peace deal, break my tributary relationship with the other Mali tags to prepare them for wars with me in the future when I'm doing my Mali conquests. That might not be the worst idea, to be completely honest. I'll miss out on the money, which is annoying, but I will be able to just directly conquer them because I'll have the claims. So I think I might do it like that, honestly. I don't really feel ready to start fully taking over Mali. I want to focus on strengthening Jollof and Ghana and Jenne for now. There's no rush. Let's play it conservatively. We've got big plans ahead. There's no reason to rush ahead here. Okay, fortunately Bakunu is fortified. Nothing to worry about there. Okay, Konko is 1. I do want to still sack Mako, because this place does have a little population that I do want to take the money from. So let's head back over, actually. Join the strength. They'll almost agree to this deal now. But they won't quite, so let's hold off. Yeah, okay. These mercs are not ready to attack me quite yet, so maybe I get a breach here, and then my life will be much easier. Okay, this is actually going to screw up the war score situation a little bit, though. You know what? I may not have time to wait for this. If I get a breach, it doesn't matter if I get a breach or not, because yeah, okay, you know what? Even though waiting 3 days for a possible breach roll, which is going to be a low, and for me, very, very low chance of happening, would save me manpower, I plan to lower right after this war. I don't need the manpower, so I'm actually just going to try to race against this control change. Order of assault right now. Come on. We should be able to beat this. Okay, there we go, we beat it. The sacking of Mako. Maki Sawari led his men to glorious victory during the siege of Mako. The enemy flee in disgrace, and all that is left is to decide on how to treat the residents within. Needless to say, these spoils of war like the Takazos back in Timbuktu to admire Baki greatly. Believing such wealth in the hands of one man could cause problems in the future. Okay, so this place here, I'm going to do let the men roam freely. Okay. Having done that, they actually still won't go for it, which is a problem. I'm not going to be able to beat that control race there. That's annoying. Let's see. I could use my roads to run back over and retake Mbul really quickly. You know what? Hold on. I have a better idea. What if I just retook it with the Levy? That would be the way of doing it. Okay. Now, I don't know if they're going to attack me or not once I'm in Mbul. They might, but this is my best bet, actually. And you guys just stay here, actually, in Mako. Hold it down. Recover. Okay, they are going to go for it. So I'll be defending in plains. They're going to have more morale. Yeah, you know what? I don't think this Levy is going to win the fight. Unless I get some good rolls. Oh, hold on. I am going to win the fight now. Well, maybe. They have inexplicably just taken attrition for reasons I'm not entirely sure why that happened, but okay. Oh, no, they stopped. Okay, they're not going to do the attack now. That's actually extremely lucky. I don't have any explanation for why they just took attrition like that, but that's fine. And now we just also got that. We maybe have enough now. We actually do have enough now. Greed is a terrible thing. I'm thinking big thoughts right now. I'm thinking big thoughts. AE is not that... I mean... The thing is, if I make them tributaries, then I'm just delaying the possible direct annexation. I mean, the original idea was to actually make these guys tributaries if I'm not going to take it directly. Here's the thing. Now that I can build roads, I'm honestly comfortable not doing a bunch of annexation wars while I let my AE recover and just focus on road building, which uses up my army pretty thoroughly. So maybe I do actually push for a full tributary type deal. Because let's see here. These guys here are becoming my tributary. And I would want to do it as tributary. Okay. I mean, they're not going to agree to this deal right now, but this is the deal that I'd go for. And then, let's see. These guys become my feudatory. That's interesting. Either way, Kaye is becoming my tributary. Yep. I would want that deal as well. And then, I could make Mako my tributary without actually holding that. I would want that though. Honestly, I kind of think I'm gonna push. Although I just took a bunch of damage from assaulting, which means now the mercs are a bit more of a problem. But I do also have more money. But I also don't have enough money. With full morale, I could beat them, but they're going to recover morale at the same rate that I'm recovering morale. Okay, let's see. I could rush for Endama and assault Endama, but I don't think I have the morale for that. What do we have down here? Okay, these guys have full garrison, much more fort defense. Yeah, not happening. I could go and stack wipe their army, which I guess wouldn't be the worst idea. But the real problem is this merc stack really messes up my plans down here. Alright, I'm gonna make the investment. Let's hire these mercs. This is a cheap merc purchase. Yep. And you guys can follow. Everybody... well, actually, hold on. Split away the cav once again. The horses are going to go and try to get this army over here. They can also go and relieve things up here if absolutely needed. I don't think that's going to be necessary, though. The rest of you... let's see. Come on down. Let me recover morale in Endama. Now, the reason for this strategic play is that with my numbers, I don't think this army will attack me, even though it could probably win the fight. This is a huge risk to siege like this, but while sieging, we'll be able to recover manpower and morale steadily. So let's roll the dice on this. This is a very aggressive move, but I've got the money to hire more mercenaries if I really need to. Like, I can always, you know, do some emergency actions if I really need to. So let's play it. Let's play it carefully here, but I think this is, also I have more PI available for various needs. But this place here, harsh treatment's probably necessary in every single province of the region, to be completely honest, but we shall see. Alright, we've retaken that. We're just going to keep you here to hold it down for now. The Jenna Levy's ready again, right? It is. Jenna is pretty far. I could send them, though. And you know what? I think I will actually send the Jenna Levy. What is Wallata doing down here? Okay, I don't know what Wallata's doing. I'm going to send the Jenna Levy around from this direction. We'll see how they can get involved, but let's just send them over. This may distract the mercs, which I'm perfectly fine with, honestly. Alright, we're going to actually stack wipe these guys in Endama. It's perfect. These guys appear to be going for Mako, which I'm very happy for them to do that. Oh, they're now changing their mind. This should be fine. Good bell. These guys are kind of far away, though. March. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, come on over here. Okay, the march. I think we should be able to join. With the horses here, I don't think they're going to attack me. I didn't think they'd attack with my current strength, but with the horses, they definitely are unlikely to do an attack. First, a little stack wipe. Okay, here we come. Starting at 28. Negative 28 is really great. Down to 400. Maybe because they lost their... Endama still has plenty of territory. I don't know why they're losing their strength. It's kind of mysterious. Alright. They're coming in for an attack. Okay, okay. It's not the best situation. Now, I don't know if this is going to count as a river crossing for them. I think because they're going to count as the defender, it won't. Alright, once my horses arrive, let's see how they really feel about this idea. I'll be led by the merc, so for any sacking, I should remember the merc is here in the army. I'd be attacking in plains, not a river crossing, I'm pretty sure. I mean, well, hold on. Overall morale is really bad. Will they still go for it? Perhaps this is actually a problem. Okay, we can't get away in time. They arrived before the tick, which is really unfortunate. This might be a retreat situation, actually. Let's see how this shapes up. Okay, here we go. Oh my god, yeah, this is a retreat situation. Is it? Yeah, let's not let's not play around. Let's retreat to Uresna. Okay, we lost about 1k. We actually killed about 1k, so I actually consider this not the biggest, like, ooh. I do consider this the biggest problem. Mako hired mercs also. Okay. Game face is on. This is now becoming a bit of an issue. Yeah, that's about 10k in mercs. Now I have about 10k in strength as well, but positioning-wise, things are not looking great. How would you... Okay, you need that much. What about you? 216. Okay. I'm thinking about it. Let's get back to Uresna and take stock. They're not super far from this deal. I could ignore Indama, but if I'm going to fight this war to its end, I do want to take it all. Let's see. Yeah. The Jenny Levy coming in does provide a swing factor. Let me bring the Jenny Levy. Let me redirect them actually. Come like this. It's a bit safer. With the Jenny Levy coming in, I think we are going to be okay. It's going to be a bit more complicated than I was expecting. This force here is also probably free to return. Let me bring you to Bundu, actually. Yeah, this can no longer siege Mbul. Alright. See how the merc... Now, fortunately for me, these mercs are not controlled by the same AI. It's by two different AIs, so the mercs may not coordinate very well, but this has definitely been escalated from a pretty small border war to kind of a more full-scale battle for Mali down here. Okay. Around we come. Also, at least this gives me a chance to save up money to do more road building. That's what I'm really here for. Alright, let's do... Oh, you're already addressed. What about you? Yeah, let's do this over here now. Let's just do harsh treatment everywhere to build up loyalty, avoid any problems. I do also have the Sahadins possibly coming to help. These guys are a little unreliable, but we'll see if they join in the fun or what. I think what I want to do, actually, now that we're all here, merge guys all together. Attach. Let me actually stand in Mako and try to recover in Mako, just so I'm protecting the very important capital over here. Maybe a little risky, but I want to. I was just punished for taking a strategic risk, but let me do it more. What could go wrong, right? All right. Can't reorganize in their territory. That's fine. We're recovering slowly and steadily. I also need time for the rest of my forces to arrive. Now, fortunately, these mercs are not pushing their advantage. They're not sieging anything, so this is just delayed things. It's not like throwing everything off catastrophically. Let's bring everybody over. All right, they're going to try to siege Mbul without success, which is hilarious. Okay, there is, they're protecting Kadugu. These guys appear to be coming for the Jenny Levy, but once these guys arrive, morale should be high enough that they can't win a battle here. We'd be defending in plains. No river crossing, probably. Let's see what they do. Okay, they're going to try to catch... They're going to miss them by half a month, so nice try. Maybe they're just going through. Maybe, yeah, I think they are just going through. Okay, let's take stock of the situation here. I'm going to increase pay, honestly. Overall morale is very dubious. Now, I think we might win this fight through... Look at this. through pure numbers, but at extreme casual. I need my morale to increase more. I think what I want to do, I'm going to hold Mako. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to be even smarter than that. Not yet. I'm gonna come and hold Urasaba. Well, actually, that might be not smart because then I could be pincers. Let me stay in Mako where I'm sort of protected by the walls a little bit. Also, okay. Over here, this is pretty good. So let me switch it back over to conversion. Actually, and then down here, this needs to go to harsh treatment. Okay. Really? Maybe the Wallachild can kill them. We'll see. They're not going to do anything anyways. Okay, here come the mercs. Well, here come... Oh, wait, no, that's the Molly Levy. I was about to say, I've never seen mercs split. I didn't think they could do that. But no, it's the Molly Levy coming back to join the fun. That's fine. Alright, I'm going to make these guys tributaries for sure after all this effort. Right, they've retaken that, that's fine. These guys linking up is a serious concern. To the extent that I'm considering attacking them here. I do catch them. Oh, hold on. One horse catches them, and then gets stack wiped, and then everybody else arrives on the date they leave. So I don't actually catch them. You gotta check that stuff when you look. Possible serious problem. Okay, let's do some counting. So they're about 10.5k in total. And I'm increasing up past 11k, so I think I do have the numbers. Now, the morale is a concern, but with my my extra morale budget being selected, I think we're going to actually match them for morale. My 10 Marshal is still better, so I think we do actually have the superiority with full morale. So I think what I do is I actually turtle up here. Actually, here's what I do. I'm going to be a little devious. I'm going to actually, you guys follow them. In fact, yeah. I'm going to go for Indama again. I'm going to try to pull them over. Well, no, do I do that? No, here's what I do. I'm going to go for Yimbering. Maybe not in... Actually, I do need to go around like this. Okay, let me come to Wurasaba, because they might attack me over river. Actually, no, I hold here for now. Yeah. Let me recover for a few more months. What is Cantor up to? That's not Cantor. Here's Cantor. They're just walking around trying to look like they're part of the war. Nice try, Cantor. Oh, these guys hired mercs as well. This is not so scary. These guys are black flagged and they're a billion miles away, so that's fine. Yes, like I said at the start of this war, the real issue with fighting all these AIs is they're all going to have giant treasuries to hire mercs, and that's the real danger they bring. I actually kind of like this. Like, it gives me a genuine, like, challenge of, like, you know, this is more complicated than just steamrolling over little tiny tribes who have no army. They can bring in these mercs. Because keep in mind, even if I do try to bribe the merc, they can still say no, right? And that has happened before. And then I'm really in trouble. Then I have to, like, spend the big bucks to bring in a larger merc stack. Or, like, I think what I'd like to do is actually try to make these mercs turn cloak, because they're a smaller merc stack. They're going to be cheaper to upkeep, but... Alright, let's stay here in Mako for now. These guys are holding here. They're going to come down here. An influential family. Barakisa of the renowned Chelabela family has deigned to offer us the support of her family's vast network of contacts in a bid to better reorganize our bureaucratic system. It is curious that she should approach us now. Indeed, some might wonder what the aim of this offer really might be. She only asks that we issue a proclamation in extreme gratitude for the loyalty of the family Chelabele. This is interesting. This is a crazy modifier. This is a national modifier. Plus 0.10 parental loyalty for 5. So I'm sure the Chelabelles are about to get up to some funny business if they're asking me for this, but I might let them, honestly, for this. Like, this is going to save me so much PI, and this will really, really help my loyalty problems. Why not? Come on, Chilabelas. I support the Chilabelas being a little goofy. I will happily take those modifiers. In fact, I can now do some of this. Let's see. Things are a lot better now, but I want to keep the energy going. You switch over. Harsh treatment. What is Cantor? Cantor's not in the war. What are they doing? They're trying to participate. Like, look at me, I'm helping. Like, no, you're not. Get out of here, Cantor. You're just gonna confuse me. Okay, they're gonna retake that. That's fine. Now they're gonna split, which is actually great. It's more than fine. Gives me time to recover my morale. Yeah, so as I expected, these merc forces are not coordinating very well because all the different AIs have different goals that they're ordering their mercs to pursue. So this is actually kind of good. Let's wait and see what they do. In fact, I may not wait and see. I may just attack them. Okay, Cantor's not in the war, so they shouldn't be in danger. But I may go attack them right now while they're separated. That being said, the guys coming to Kai's would just turn around and join, so let me not do that. I don't have quite enough morale quite yet. Wait for them to be further away. Okay. I can wait a few more days and still catch them here safely. I'm going to push it. Actually, these guys are locked into coming to Diakon. I have time. They're not going to get back in time. I'll catch these guys here. Now, I'm attacking into Forest, but I'm attacking with... Okay, this is wrong. I don't actually have that much morale on average, but I have most of my morale recovered on average. It's not at... oh, actually, here's the correct number. 2.96. I was misreading it earlier. That's enough, and I'll be arriving after the tick. They're also going to get the tick, though, but either way, numbers-wise, we are in the clear. Cantor can watch. They can maybe my little observer, but we can't do too much more than that. They're going to get that under siege. That's fine. We'll relieve the siege in a moment. Okay. It's a very complicated micro in this unexpected war, but we are pulling victory from the jaws of defeat here. Alright, harsh treatment over here for you. All of this over 2 tiles. Like my thirst for land and gold is unquenchable. We also rolled really well, which is great. Okay, very good results given all the circumstances. Battle of Guyaru. These guys are running north. That's a questionable direction to go, but they have to come back to their land to recover anyways. I guess while we're here, we could just grab Gyaru and recover for a bit, so let me just do that, and then we'll continue on our way. In fact, actually, let me split away the horse force to trot. That's not really the right speed. Canter, more like. Canter down to Congo. For a horse speed discussion. Love that for me. Okay, here come the Kenamid's mercs coming in at last. Possible... Ooh, you know what? They're about to unblack flag as my horses arrive. It's a certified predicament. They're going to unblack flag and not have full morale, so maybe it's not a certified predicament. It's an uncertified predicament. It's not been reviewed for certification. We're going to find out in just a moment just how big of a problem this might be. But I will send my main army down just on the safe side. I don't want to lose my horse force, but we'll see what happens. Also, any more provinces I've yet to... You're actually okay. I think I will leave you... In fact, I'm not just going to leave you. I'm going to make you do that. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, these guys are actually... Weirdly, they're not going to enter combat with my army that's here, but they will be attacked by this army, so that's a little bit confusing, but that's fine. I will take... Oh. Okay, there we go. Kind of a glitchy fight, but it is going to happen successfully. It's 0 lost on both sides. Alright, that's fine. Battle of Konko, they're going to run south, going past me annoyingly. Let's go and relieve the siege of Diakon. The last thing I need is for one of my... whoops, hold on. Headphones unsnapped. Okay, testing. We're fine. Hopefully my audio has not been screwed up. My headphones just disconnected. But it looks like it was still working for you. Okay. Anyways, let's continue. Go up, defeat these guys, then come back down and get Kadugu and then Indama. Oh, hold on. Hold on. You. There we go. Much better. Let's not do goofy things like that. Alright, we're arriving after the tick. I think we're going to be fine. Here comes Cantor to watch another battle. These guys get a breach and do an assault right now. I'm going to lose my mind, but I don't think that's too likely. Water shortage, though, is a good roll for them. Too bad they're about to die before they can take advantage of that too much. Save my PI. Alright, here we come. Kobga Bunu was killed in a freak accident. This was the Bunu family head. I actually didn't even notice that he was the family head. Looks like Ugumu Bunu is now the family head. Alright. Okay. As expected, we're going to win after some initial messiness. We are defending, so... They're also getting a river crossing, which is a... I guess that does actually apply when you're attacked, when you're sieging like that, so... Okay. Still not the knockout victory we should really be getting against an army like this, but it is what it is. These guys should now be hopefully cheaper to... Yeah, that's not a very good... Well, I mean, it is still a victory, but we did lose quite a bit. Okay, let's be pragmatic here. They will go for this deal now. And this is a pretty good deal. I get the territory. I get 3 tributaries, so that's about a gold and a half per month for my trouble. But Indama's right there, and I already have everybody else around me as tributaries. And Indama's just caused me a lot of headache with their valiant defense of their homeland from invaders. How dare they? So, and I do have some manpower. You know what? I reject your right to reasonably defend yourself from an invading foreign army. I'm going to reorganize, get my strength back up, and go in for the kill shot. I want Indama as my tributary. It's a matter of pride now. The mercs are not going to reorganize, though. You can just recover normally. Let's not get crazy here. Alright, you know what? Let's go crazy. We're doing it. This is fine. Get this for the tick. Alright, how are we looking now? That's basically all of our manpower gone. So let's just let's head on in now, honestly. No need to delay. That was really good timing, actually, for that reorganize. Okay, everyone should be following you. On we go. We're going to head straight for... I don't need this to get the deal. I mean, I could get this for more war score if I need to, but Indama is the real prize. I can't do the deal I want until I have Indama. Whatever the war score ends up being. So let's go straight there and assault it and try to close things out really quickly here. Going in for the punch. Let's see if we can get there before the end of the episode. Speaking of which, we do have... interestingly, Barama Chielabele is now actually expected to be the next Otacon, with Fonta Chielabele as the co-Otacon. I kind of would prefer her as the main Otacon for her finesse. Benama with 4-4-2-1-2-11 is a very good co-Otacon type character, but yeah. I can probably finagle this a little bit, but I don't really know. This guy's a little bit of popularity. Let's see. He's supported by half the trads, and she's supported by the other half of the trads. Unless it's like ranked choice voting or something. I swear, if Timbuktu gets ranked choice voting before my country in real life does, that'd be quite something. But let's see. I would really like her to become the main Otacon. Let me see what I can do to prop her up a little bit. Let me give her an office. I have a couple months still. Let me give her an office position. Let's see. Let me make her the Tribune of the People. Let's see. She is super corrupt. I didn't note this before. That's fine though. I could make her a governor and then give her an accolade. That would definitely give her some popularity. It doesn't seem to make a huge difference, but we'll see. Actually, we'll see in a couple of months. It's not the end of the world. I don't really have... Well, do I have a governorship that I'm, like, comfortable switching out? Well, if she becomes the Otacon or the co-Otacon, it'll switch anyways. In fact, hold on. Let me do it like this. Let me replace her... Wait, who was I using before? Was I using this guy? If not, I should use this guy. He's pretty good. I think I was using this guy. Yeah. Put him back in. Let me make her the governor of Sahara Occidentalis. Yeah, Kilia Sawadi is getting pretty old. She's near death. She has dementia. Yeah, things are looking pretty bad up here. Yeah, her capabilities have declined quite a bit. Now, Fonta is really corrupt, so Fonta's a character I've passed over to be governor a few times, but this is essentially a political appointment to try to give her some credibility to make her the main Otacon candidate. So let me also go ahead and give her a cognomen. Let's see what she's going to get. She is now Fonta Tilabele the Soldier. That is a hard cognomen. I'm a fan of that. She is ailing, which I just noticed. For seemingly no reason. I'm not entirely sure why that is. But she is now more popular, and she's in a stronger position. Hopefully this shifts things a little bit over here. We'll see. Just for good measure, I think I'm also going to smear him. All of my tyranny management that I've been doing has collapsed this episode. I've gained enormous amounts of tyranny. I'm not entirely sure why. But, that's okay. Next episode, I know I always say this, next episode's going to be a peaceful, calm, measured episode, with tyranny loss and just general world peace, and no more... Well, maybe a little bit, but down here at least, no more war. All right, I'm gonna do it. All right, tyranny's risen again. This will help my AE go down though, which is fair. All right, now we wait and see if my plans bear fruit. I think all those things should hopefully be enough, but we'll see. I can always imprison him if I really like. He's not like terrible, but I'd really prefer someone with better finesse to take over the Ghana governorship. We shall see. Alright, here we come. I don't think they're going to even try to fight me. If I can just... what's the word? Assault Endama before they can get to me. Then I will probably be able to win the war. Right there and get my tributaries. Oh, hold on. I probably want to make this move. I'm at full morale. These guys are at partial morale. Ah, they get away just barely. That's really a shame. Unless my horse force. Not you. Okay, well, in fairness, he's kind of a horse, but he's not in the horse force. Sorry, donkey. All right. This is a risky move. Can they survive 4 days? I don't know. I'm gonna actually hold them back by 2 days. Oh, wait. Okay, I'm not entirely sure. Now they're gonna get there with a bit less time in between, so this is a little bit safer. I'm worried about a stack wipe, even with partial morale. Okay, please. Horse force. Okay, we're fine. I'm never sure with stack wipes. Sometimes it sneaks up on you. But here we go. Here's the entire army. Now we're for sure going to win. All right, there we go. Battle of Indama. Just in time. Untiring devotion. Dada. Sawadi is cultivating quite the reputation as a woman of decency and honor. Such virtues give our citizens good reason to feel safe, secure, and stable. 3 stability. Yes, please. Brings me back down to neutral trend. That's fine. Alright, come on. There we go. That's a good result. I'm going to wait for the tick and then do an assault here. Or I'm going to be attacked again by the mercs. Kilia Suwari has died of dysentery. That's too bad. This was my governor that I just replaced, so I really just gave her a little retirement. Yeah, well, I guess this was the right governorship to give to that character because, yeah. Rest in peace, Kilia Suwari. She has been the silent and probably long-suffering governor stuck in the miserable Sahara region, so good on her for keeping these areas under control. I just noticed that she's actually Numidian and megalithic. I did not notice that until just right now. That's kind of funny, actually, that I never noticed that. Okay, well, the things you learn when someone dies. Alright, okay, we are in the clear. Barely. This is really too close to comfort for me. Alright, Fanta. Can I do anything else to give her more credibility? Probably not. I can't sanction her, can I? Because she's crafty. Yeah, unfortunate. Yeah, those times that I've complained about forgetting to do sanctions, whenever it's been crafty characters, my complaints have been unwarranted because they can't be sanctioned. So I can't do anything about that, unfortunately. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go for them, but should be pretty good. We just got our tick, so here comes this surprising attack. Oh, we got a stack wipe, and the rest of them are running away, so that is pretty good. Let's just go ahead and do an assault, I think. I guess, do I wait for the breach, or, oh, hold on, whoa, hold on. I think I'm really being optimistic with that misspeak right there. Do I wait for the tick and see if there's a breach? If there's actually a breach, I might just lose it, but what are the odds of that, right? What are the odds of that? Come on, come on. Yeah, I've been so nice to you, game. Come on, you've been mean to me. Come on, give me a breach. Give me a breach. Food shortage. That's an event that lowers their siege progression. That's sort of like a breach if you don't know how anything works. All right, whatever. We'll just assault. We'll just attack the walls directly. We're forced. All right, hold on. We may have some problems though. Never mind. We don't have any problems. All right. Now the merc did do the assaults, but fortunately he didn't depopulate, which is all I would really care about. Forgot about that, but without the merc there, I wouldn't have the strength to assault. So, well, I would have the strength, but I wouldn't. Whatever. I don't care. I have the territory, which means these guys may now be open to a, hold on, where is it? Ndama becomes a, not feudatory, tributary, there we go. They do agree to this deal. Oh boy. Okay, so I think this is the deal we go for. There's been a lot of trouble for me to get this deal on the table here, but this will secure me the rest of my, my Jolok region. Again, my thinking here is I'm going to get more value from this land while they're tributaries. Here's what I'll do. Because I already have a couple tributaries in Mali, let me colonize my way into Mali from over here, and then I'll fight these guys once I can't colonize further, because this land is likely going to be more valuable to me being held by a tribute-paying subject, and this does essentially secure my entire western area from AI shenanigans, right? So this is the deal I go for. 9 AE is honestly not that bad for a deal like this. If I was taking land directly, it'd be like 30 AE or really 20 AE most likely, but this is the deal I go for. Okay. Guidamakan Bundu to Timbuktu. Mako Bundu to Timbuktu. Guidamaka becomes a tributary. Kayes becomes a tributary. Mako becomes a tributary. And Ndama becomes a tributary. Here we go. Okay, peace has been secured. Very nice. Tribute is now going... Oh my gosh, and that's with all my expenses right now. Good golly. Turn that down. Now we're going to go ahead and tell the mercs to scram. I mean, thank you for your service. Now you can scram. Alright, mercs have scrammed successfully. Get out of being raised. That's a weird way to phrase that, but I'm going to lower these guys. Oh, you're not raised. Whoops. I don't know why my UI is glitched down here. That's kind of annoying, but either way, it doesn't matter that much. Armies are lowered. Very nice. 21.25. That's a good sign. Capital moved to Cantor because this game hates me, and it's just not fair. I need 50 for loyalty to move back to Bundu. At least it's next to a fort, so I guess it could be worse. But yeah, as expected, we've got province, or what am I trying to say? Provincial capital movement shenanigans. Because I know now that this is because of population, I should have moved these slaves over to Bundu before I did the peace deal. That's my mistake. I just wasn't thinking about it. But we now have Jolof completely secure. Actually, before we have Ghana completely secure, so I've really focused quite a bit on Jolof in the last couple of episodes. Pretty happy with how this went, to be sure, though. And with my money, anything else I want to do involving this? I don't think so. I don't think money is going to help me here. Now it's just a matter of hope, honestly. Okay, I think what I do now is I go ahead and resume my slave micro plans now that I've gotten this resolved. I also don't have my army ready for a year and a half, which is honestly a pretty reasonable time given how much action just happened here. What I do is I resume with this. So let me go ahead and get more buildings constructed. Although, no, trads are staying in control, which means omen power, which does not mean build cost reduction, which means more mine construction. Here we go. All right, let us continue. We have a mine here already. We can get a mine up here. And we can wait 2 days for another mine. Where was it? Over here. Mine over here. Very good. All right. How do these guys feel about me? Not too great. That's fine. As long as they pay me money, I don't care how they feel about me. All right. Let's see. I also kind of want to change these guys from client states to tributaries to free up my relationship slots. I think I'd be much better suited to have the ability to diplomatically interact with the North than to have the little tiny bit of extra money. I guess I could integrate them. I guess I probably should start integrating them, to be completely honest. Yeah. Let me get to work on this. I forgot these guys elevated themselves to be client state, so I can integrate them once they have the opinion. I guess I can do this now with my money, so let me get to that later. Okay. Very surprisingly warlike episode, but we managed to secure Mali in a roundabout sense. These guys are now my tributaries. And again, eventually I will annex this all directly, as I explained at the start of the last episode, but for now, these guys being tributaries is better economically than trying to actually expand like that. Fugitives cross the borders, fleeing the dreadful war with Ouagadougou. Pardon me. A number of important dignitaries have managed to escape to our lands, hoping to find refuge. Our advisors recommend against giving them asylum due to the fragile political circumstances in our region, and indeed much favor may be gained with Ouagadougou, if we were to finish their job for them. This is one of my tributaries? No, this is Ouagadougou down there. I don't care at all about these guys or about their country, so let me just put them to death. Maybe they'll trade more with me now. That's a high hope, but we'll see. Mauritania wants my glass. You can take it all, Mauritania. Alright. Anyone else want my goods? I guess I didn't really get much of the territory here. Sampoku Chelebe, the shield, died of dysentery at the age of 76. Damn. Ko Archon. Oh, that's really a shame. She almost made it. Ooh. This is actually... Okay, I'm sad about Sampoku dying. I will give her a little eulogy in a moment. This episode had a lot of death, a lot of characters dying of old age. But in an unexpected twist, her death actually caused Birama Chelebele to replace her. Fortunately, it didn't cause... Huh? Okay, we'll go back to that in a moment, but it did. So okay, in fact, we'll talk. Okay, one thing at a time. Let's talk about Senpoko first. Senpoko Tealebele, the fourth Otacon we had, definitely a memorable one, thanks to her nickname and because she was the first Otacon where we really started to push into the Sahara and start to establish our goals of a sort of a trans-Saharan republic and empire eventually. So, very important early leader and recurring political figure for the republic. You will be missed, Senpoko Tealebele, the Shield. She guarded us all in our time of trouble and acted as the vanguard of our advancing phalanx of progress in our times of ambition. Look at that. Certified eulogy skills on display right there. Okay, now let's talk about the weird thing that just happened politically. So, our previous expected co-Otacon became the new co-Otacon, but our character that we were preparing to be main Otacon has just disappeared from the list. Where did she go? Like, why is she not in consideration now? I mean, she is related to Senpoko Tealebele, but that shouldn't matter at all, right? Like, why is she no longer in the list? Maybe on the tick it'll update? Now, assuming it doesn't update, we're back in a position where we have a low finesse. Like, this character here is basically similar to this guy. Like, we're back in this situation. Alright, let's wait for the tick and review what's going on, because I'm not entirely sure what to expect now. But, yeah. Okay, let's see. I don't know where she went. She's just gone. Where'd she go? She was the top of my succession queue, and now she's just out of it. I guess she's in mourning, maybe? I don't know, but... Alright, well, now Alchemisa is expected to be the next. So this is another trad, so it doesn't shake things up that much. It's another double trad idea. A lot of trad control right now. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know if we have time to really shift this that much. We could smear Alchemisa, and that would maybe have a small effect, but... I don't know. I mean, Labadebo is not necessarily a better alternative. Lots of Zeal here, but I don't really... Like, Zeal is nice for the stab modifier. And I guess we do have some more exhaustion now. It's really not quite what I was hoping would happen. Here's what I could do, though. I could take the opportunity to switch to Plutocratic Republic on the day of the election. Just to be on the safe side. I'll have enough PI. I can click this, and then I can then click this. I think I will. This will destroy my stability, but I think now's a good moment, because the thing is, I wasn't sure if it would also change who the Otacon is when I click that. If it does, I will be happy, because a lot of characters in my Republic would be better than Alchemisa Suwadi, such as like, the governor who was in the list before. Okay, whatever. It's fine. We're going to save our PI and do this scheme to change our policy, now that we've cleaned up Joloff. There is more cleanup to do up here, but I was expecting her to be elected Otacon, so I've been bamboozled by politics. Ugh, alright. It is what it is. We'll check every tick and see if she shows back up on the queue. Why can't I just get away with a little bit of election interference? Come on. Let me do a little bit of it. She's so much better than Alchemisa, come on. Alright, let's close this thing out. Alright. How are we doing on the score? Actually, let me check the score thing after we do our transition, because then we'll have the... Actually, let me do it before, because my stability has a huge impact. We are number 3 in the world. Wow. That's quite the improvement from before. We're above Egypt, which is the most interesting one. We're also above recurring surprise highest scorer, High S and Crete. Chuskia makes sense. Pidna makes sense. And then these Indian big empires are doing really well. Oh my god, they really are doing very well. Sheesh. Okay. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Come on, please. No. These bozos. Literally, these guys are bozos. I don't want them. Turn into Jon Snow. I don't want it. That was the worst. Never clip that. That was the worst Jon Snow impression anyone's ever performed. Alright. I'll work on my Jon Snow impression for next episode. Never fear. It's an important priority for this campaign, of course. Alright. I should probably do this now, shouldn't I? Alright. Lowered import tariffs. This will give me a small economic boost. In fact, just for fun, let's see what we get. 20.39. Switch on over. Stab drop. 20.7. I did tell you it'd be a small boost because that's import, which is not our main source of economic strength. Okay, having done that, we can now switch to Plutocratic Republic. I guess I could just do this now, honestly. In fact, I might do this now because, well, I should do it on the... I'm just worried about this resetting my election. Let me do this on the day of the election, after the election happens. It might change things up, but it's unpredictable. It's unpredictable. Okay, I don't think we can do anything now. Now, ironically, I actually would have preferred Barama Chilabele, who's currently the kind of provisional co-Otacon, to be the main Otacon over Alchemisa. But I can't do anything about it now. Well, I can do something about it now if I really don't want her to be the Otacon. Let's consider very carefully if this is worth doing. So popularity loss would be, you know, whatever, it wouldn't matter. Let's see. Got the CK2 music in the background, by the way. This brings back memories for sure. Okay. What am I looking for? Prism. Oh, primary air, that's right. Can't do it. That's right, that's right. Actually, hold on, wait. There is an option. It's so expensive. It's so expensive. And who would I be getting? Oh, hold on. She's epileptic. She's ailing. She might die in office. I think if she dies in office, the co-Otacon becomes the main Otacon. I'm not actually 100% sure. He's not, like... Is he better than her? I think the 4 finesse is genuinely enough that I think it is worth doing this. The things I do for the Republic. Once we become... Like, this is literally one of the last times I have to do something like this, because once we become a Plutocratic Republic, dealing with the Otacon, co-Otacon thing will be a lot simpler, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm doing this for the greater good. Oh, man. Oh, hold on, wait. I need to... It's a scheme, that's right. I completely forgot. I'm not... Never mind. I mean, no, this will take too long. I can't do it. I really wish I could just do the assassination directly, but it's not available. Dang. Okay. Okay, out of sheer desperation, I'm gonna smear her. Please. I also am no longer going to write... let me, hold on. I can't do anything about that now. Let me switch back over to... Actually, I'm still on Scheme Influence. Never mind. Well, we're gonna see what's... Layla Sankara died of a heart attack. Rest in peace, Layla Sankara. This episode is just filled with death. Like, everyone's dying in this episode. Who hadn't... Like, every major character who hadn't died already. Because, we're 55... Almost 55 years in. Who is the new Sankara head? Let's see. Okay, Body Sankara the Jackdaw is now the head. That actually does make sense. Oh, hold on. So something changed, and Oh my god, Layla Isawagan. Holy moly, she's really good. 9962. Oh, please, please switch, please. I beg of you. I'm doing it. I'm making moves. It's 2nd of November. We've got one tick left for this to update. Doing last minute shenanigans here. Hold on. How in the world? Okay, let me look at that later. Okay. I'm dismissing you. I'm making you the governor. Don't ask questions right now. I have a plan. You're getting a cognomen. You are now Layla Iswagan the Axe. Look at that. That's a cool cognomen right there. Alright. Your popularity should now be boosted. I'm going to replace... I'll put Fonta Tilibelli in as the physician, actually. I'll switch her next episode when I do my big reorganization. Martial Advancer, it's going to be replaced in a moment anyways, but... Look at this guy. Let me put him in here, yeah. Okay. And now... we continue waiting. I hope you see what I'm doing here. Hold on. Lest I forget. Ooh. There she is. Okay. Well, yeah, I knew that already, actually. Doing smear for 1 popularity is not worth it, even under these circumstances, so we wait. This should be enough for the tick. Got Barb's down here. I don't even care. I'm busy interfering in the election. You can ravage my lands all you like. I'm a little preoccupied. All right, come on. That should be sufficient. Come on. Show me the axe. Yes. Look at that. Good things come to those who don't follow democratic norms. It's too real, unfortunately. But we have successfully given ourselves a god-tier incoming Adcon for our new plutocratic republic. Now I really hope that when she becomes the Adcon, it doesn't change. I don't think it does. It will lose the co-Adcon. So him being the co-Adcon doesn't matter at all, because we're about to lose the position entirely. I really want the Axe to be in charge when we become a plutocratic republic in 1 month. So hopefully 0 shenanigans will occur in the next 31 days. We shall see. And I will end the episode with the plutocratic republic decision. We will start the next episode with a review of how this shakes up our campaign, because it will shake it up in a big, big way. All right, here we go. That's fine. Whew, here it is. Layla Isawagan the Axe was elected to office and will now rule our glorious nation. 9962 trads are in control. Power plus 10%. They want to build a temple. All right. First things first. Enact plutocratic republic. The lore of profit and prosperity is something we must enshrine into our very constitution, abandoning the trappings of lesser nations. Here we go. Okay. She is still the Adcon. That is perfect. Stability drop. Yep, our stability has collapsed, but I have planned for this. We're going to start the next episode attending to our new government, attending to our new situation. Things have all kind of been thrown into whack. There's a lot of problems now, but this entire episode was basically just set up to have a crazy economic episode next time, and her super, super high martial will still result in really good manpower recovery. Also doing a reload from everything will probably be smart to make sure that her zeal pops back up. I don't know where her zeal went. It's just a glitch in the UI, I think. But either way, that's going to be it for this episode of the Timbuktu Campaign. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.